Everyone. Welcome to the stream. Today we are doing Guilty Pleasures, and we are joined by Mr. Graham, our dear friend from Man v Film. Welcome back, as always, and I'll be joined by the man himself, Dion. Yeah, this is going to be a fun little stream, I think, today.
Yep.
Be prepared for cheese.
Yeah.
Lots of cheese. Well, I don't think it's lots of cheese, but you know, it'll be fine. I feel confident, but mine's a bit more broad than I thought, and also very bad horrors.
Okay.
Bad horrors.
Yeah, well, not good, but bad horrors is the best way I can say it. So
yeah,
it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hello, People's Movies. Hello, Eric. Hello, Gung Fu. Welcome back. Hello, Nini Stoke Newington.
it's my wife.
That name hasn't come up in. Oh yeah. I haven't seen that name in a while. Is she waiting for you to say Titanic?
Well, she's waiting for me to say Halloween. The 2018.
How is that a guilty pleasure? It's a good film.
2018 got banned. Every time I say, that's my second or third favorite Halloween movie, everyone goes, really?
I'm with you on that.
I'm a Halloween Resurrection kind of guy.
No.
Well,
Mr. Rhymes doing that karate kick, just no.
Exactly. That's what makes it so good. I think Busta Rhymes just got it wrong with that, but yeah.
Which one is LL Cool J in?
He's in H2O.
H2O.
Yeah. So I like H2O though. I think H2O is a good film.
Yep, I like that as well.
So just waiting for Method Man to be in a Halloween movie.
Next Halloween film. Well, I don't know what it is with like like rappers, R&B singers going into horror films. I've never really understood it. I think the only time it's ever worked is J-Lo in Anaconda.
Yeah.
Her second best performance after Hustlers, obviously.
Still not seen that.
Yeah, I watched that a few weeks ago. I enjoyed it.
I took my mum to see it in the cinema.
It's on Prime now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it Netflix? Yeah.
It is on Prime. It is. It is with. I liked it. I think it's pretty cool. Hello, Premium. Welcome back. Also, many people are coming back. Welcome. Has anybody?
Premium wasn't here last week.
Oh no, he wasn't. I'm assuming he caught up with Sean Sono after missing it out because he was getting.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, update on Airdoll. Message Matchbox Films about the release date and the special features got this reply. Oh, there's a reply. Yeah, it's back on sale again though for the end of the month now, which is bizarre. I was gonna. Wait a minute. Guilty pleasure movie, Going the Hobbit. Digstown, starring James Woods, makes a bet that he's a boxer can beat 10 men on one night.
It was known as Midnight Sting here.
I've never heard of that film.
It's great. James Wood. It's got, who else is it? Lou Gossett Jr. is the boxer. Bruce Dern's the bad guy. I like that one a lot.
Nice. Going through guilty pleasures, will Dion be allowed to mention Blue Velvet? There will be no mention of Blue Velvet except from the poster in the background. Oh, okay. So Airdoll update. Highly. We've had several delays on this one, but the button was pressed literally yesterday, and the DVD is being authored as we speak. But we don't want the DVD. It's the blue. I thought it was a Blu-ray.
Oh, it's a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it will be moved back to August 3rd now, but hopefully the last. Until I see a copy.
Yeah, I didn't even know that this was getting released. When anything Corrida is going to get released on Blu-ray, I'm on it. But this, I think, because of all the issues, I don't think it's had the publicity that other career titles have had in the UK. I mean, you've had Arrow go heavy on it. You've had the BFI, and now, I mean, who's releasing this?
It was called Matchbox Films.
Matchbox Films. There you go.
There will be special features, but we are still working on them, so I can't confirm at this stage. But there will be at least 2 on there. Wow. Oh, it's the Blu-ray. Don't worry. Haha. Okay, that's fine.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. To be honest with you, until I see somebody put it on Instagram or on Twitter that there's a physical edition available,
Get next day delivery on it,
and then I'll next day it, because God, it's so annoying. Has anybody bought the Friday the 13th?
Oh, that looks nice, doesn't it? Of course he has.
He went for
Of
it.
course he fucking has.
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get it from Wow HD, or did you?
No, I went for Amazon.ca.
All right.
Who's releasing it?
Shout Factory. Screen Factory. Yeah.
Screen.
And then everybody's selling their tin editions now. The one that was worth like £300 like a month ago, now it's worth about £100. I'm literally going to wait until somebody's desperate to sell it for £25, and I'll just buy the tin edition, to be honest. But it's an impressive set. It's interesting that and the Dawn set are coming out in the same month as well.
The Bruce Lee.
That's a heavy scalp.
Did you see the Bruce Lee set got released?
Yeah,
the Criterion one
already.
Yeah, you can get
it's
it
already
on
I think it's already. It's actually the Shout Factory. Is it Shout Factory that released it? It's actually the US re-released with Criterion like packaging, because even the commentaries Mike Leader saying, "Well, is it Screen Factory or I don't know who it is." It basically says, "And welcome to the Shout Factory commentary with me, Mike Leader." We're literally on it on the audio commentary.
Oh, man.
That I'm shocked that Criterion would do that, but I wasn't really going to get it anyway. I mean,
so is it like £66 now, which isn't a bad price, really.
That's not a bad price.
If you want to get it, 66 good. But obviously, I think a lot of people have struggled to get any Criterions with the Barnes and Noble sale anyway, because you can't even get them over here anymore. Still waiting to get my copy of Night to Remember. But I got Marriage Story on pre-order there, which was all right. I got it for £20 instead of £29, so I was quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Even though it's on Netflix, but I want to own it.
That Barnes and Noble sale, man. When I see all these American people going crazy on it, it's just winding me up.
Yeah. Going
through saying Criterion box set isn't worth it. A lot of negative feedback about some of the extra features.
I think going through just wants it for the Mike Leader commentary. He's a big Mike Leader fan. He's not really. He can't stand the guy.
Premium Blu-ray. Has anyone seen any Amazeables movies? I saw My Own Private Idaho and Possession for the first time this week. So quality, not quantity. Premium actually messaged me about Possession, and he was quite surprised that it took him that long to watch it, but it's a very good film. But I've got a few I've got a few recommendations, but I can't remember what it was now because my brain's gone. So I made a video the other day. If you want to go over there and watch it. What we got? Andre. Hello, Andre. Welcome back.
Hello, Andre.
Kung Fu says, I'm waiting for the 4K. Obrigado, my friend. Where's my pastéis de nata, my friend? That's what I want. AK custard tart with cinnamon. I love it. Surprised there's so many people here. Early-ish today.
Because of Graham's here, isn't it?
Yeah. The man.
Right, that's me finished my list. I've got my list now.
Have you?
Yeah,
Who were you working on it? He was doing the finishing touches in the intro.
Have you been? It's quite stressful, really. I was quite stubborn.
I struggle with it because I genuinely don't think there is such a thing as a guilty pleasure. I think if I like a movie, I just like it, and I won't feel ashamed for liking it. But I just took it as you were saying earlier on, Dion, movies that are genuinely just hit on, piled upon by everybody else that I put on a kind of pedestal. So I've managed to pick my 5, according to the world, atrocities that I will be heralding.
Oh god, it'll be fine. Glenn the Hobbit says no guilty pleasure. My guilty pleasure movie is Big Trouble in Little China, but then Eric says Big Trouble in Little China is not. Yeah, it's not a guilty. I wouldn't say it's a guilty pleasure.
That's my favorite Carpenter.
That's in my top 3 Carpenter films.
It's my top 1, number 1 for me.
It's The Thing, Big Trouble, and then They Live.
Good choices.
So is They Live for me, number 1.
They Live.
Yeah, I don't know. It's quite hard. I find it hard to rank Carpenter because they're all equally as entertaining, except for Ghost from Mars, which could be a guilty pleasure for somebody. You never know. Not for me though. I was not impressed by that one. Yeah, I don't know. Who? What? Oh, I missed it.
You had it there.
Ah, nice. I did see that you had your little tidy up today. Was it therapeutic?
It was. I had to get a new unit because I've run out of space. I've got this thing inside of me now as well, and it's full. Just, I have suggested getting rid of a kid and turning the room into like a movie room. But I'm the bad guy for suggesting that, apparently.
Elliot is asking, will Dion be mentioning The Good Girl? I've mentioned The Good Girl before, but it's in my honourable mentions. But I will say it again, The Good Girl is actually a good film. Honest, hand on heart, if nobody's still not watched it, I'm disappointed in you all. You've had 2 weeks now. No excuses, especially you, Huss. No excuses. Should be watching it with your missus.
Yeah, I will.
Jake Gyllenhaal, Jennifer
I want to
Aniston,
watch.
John C. Reilly.
I want to watch a movie. Was it movie 43?
Oh God, yeah.
It's just for Hugh Jackman and the nuts.
Yeah.
Because when everyone was talking about it, I went Google image searched it, and all I see is Hugh Jackman with some balls hanging down his face. I thought, God, that's just a reason enough to watch it. That's the Wolverine. I think Hugh Jackman is the campiest straight guy ever. Like in reality, like the guy is he's like a dancer. And
yeah, but that's the thing about Hugh Jackman. Before Hugh Jackman was famous, he was like a stage actor.
Oklahoma,
like Oklahoma was his like first like big break. So like I've never really, I don't know. I've always been used to Hugh Jackman being like a jack of all trades, really, which is pretty cool. Because you don't get many actors that can sing, dance, act. You know, he's been nominated for Oscars, Tonys, everything. So
yeah,
he's a bit of a he is actually a triple threat, which is something that is quite rare in Hollywood these days. You just got to be like Instagram famous to be an actor these days. So you know,
I didn't like him in that Swordfish, man. Is it Swordfish?
Yeah.
Where he's a hacker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's on a new film on Sky right now. It's called Bad Education. It's one of his best performances in the film. It's directed by the guy that made Thoroughbreds with Anya Taylor-Joy. It's a really good film. It's a shame that it didn't go out in the cinema, but if you've not seen it, watch it. I
really liked him in Prisoners.
Oh yeah, wow.
He was phenomenal in that. I was like, Jesus, this guy can act, man. I mean,
he's tremendous in that.
Yeah.
Right. We got 21 people. It's 1:15. Shall we say yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we kick off? All right.
Yeah, go.
My first choice is Watchmen. I know the film gets torn apart. Everyone, comic book fans don't like it, movie fans don't like it, but the story itself is just okay. It's Alan Moore's story, pretty much shot for shot.
Yeah,
Alan Moore is the greatest comic book writer of all time. I mean, the guy is just a genius. I mean, what a great movie! And I really like movies about the Cold War, and on top of that, superheroes anything to do with superheroes in a cynical way, where superheroes can be scumbags, can be not so nice people. I mean, that's why I like The Boys, the Amazon TV show, because I think that does it slightly better than the movie. But then again, the Watchmen TV show was, I think, a masterpiece of TV shows.
Hell yeah.
I thought it was absolutely brilliant, and I really like what they did with the Tulsa riot. The stuff that happened in Tulsa during that time. I mean, I never knew anything about it before Watchmen, but I think Watchmen is just such a great graphic novel, and the movie is just, it's basically like reading the graphic novel without the pirate bits in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can get an edition with that inserted
With the
into it.
pirate. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder Cut.
Release the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
No,
I like Watchmen a lot. I think it was fun. It was stylistic. It was pretty entertaining. And it stuck to the graphic novel, even to its detriment, I'd say, with the finale, because that finale is a little bit bonkers, but it sticks to the source material like a Bible, and brings it to life.
That's definitely.
Do you think they should have? Do you think they should have had the octopus in the movie?
I wish.
Yeah.
I like the way that Snyder went for it though. Like it's a different take. But I still remember going to see that day one, and like my friends I went to see it, they said it was crap, and I was like, "What? This is really good." Because I think I only read the graphic novel maybe a year before it, and then I was just like, "Wow, Alan Moore is a fantastic writer." But it's just the way he kind of just like changes history and then just reimagines it in this unique context is definitely it is a special film. But as you said, the TV show itself was brilliant. I'm glad at the moment they're only doing one.
Yeah.
No more. Just leave it. It was perfect enough. Did you know that Ozymandias's the palace thing is actually like literally 5 minutes away from my house?
Oh, really?
So they were filming around here, and then one of my friends saw Jeremy Irons walking down the high street, which is not. And then I'll tell you one thing: our high street is a shithole. So just to see Jeremy Irons walking down a road full of charity shops, it's kind of poetic in its own right when you think about it. So, yeah. It's one of the only reasons Dimitri wants to come to visit North Wales, so you can see where Ozymandias was residing. People's movies, I like it. I think in today's climate, we're living in an Alan Moore graphic novel, if not a George Orwell story. Very true, peoples. Would have liked them to have done a little more with the boy at the newsstand story when they did the comic story. Should come to Paisley. Oh god, I've heard about Paisley though. Don't worry. Marvel fan, love the Watchmen comic and the movie. Alan Moore is amazing. I prefer the Boys comic though, because of the Boys doesn't hold back.
Yeah.
From Hell's my favorite. I've not watched I've not read it or seen it, but From Hell's my favorite Alan Moore comic book.
I really recommend the Boys.
After the end of this month, I'm having a month. I'm taking a month off. I'm going to do a lot of things I've been planning to chill with. So,
season 2 is coming in September for the Boys.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, even better then. That's good then. Okay, cool. I'll give it a shout. Sounds good. But who's your favorite character in Watchmen?
Comedian.
Yeah.
Comedian or Rorschach. They're just two.
I do like Rorschach. I just don't like the fact that he's got a mask with my parents having sex on it.
Nice.
I mean, the whole fact that Rorschach is like this fascist, and I mean, I speak with, it's just like, that makes him so fascinating.
I think that's the thing you got to say about Snyder as well. When he cast that film, he cast it for people that resembled the characters rather than going for big names, which he could have easily gone for. You know, nobody knew who Jackie Earl Haley was back then. What's the name of the comedian again? Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Yes. Nobody really knew who he was. So that's what I liked about it. I think it was just like, I didn't know anybody. There was no real pressure going into it, and it works. So yeah, it's even the way that he uses the same kind of color palette that's on the comic, which is even better. It's a proper fan service, I think, what Snyder did. So yeah, definitely. Rico's here. Hello, Rico. Nazrin Prod, I'm the original ending of Watchmen with a giant octopus type of person. You're always stirring the pot, aren't you? Always stirring the pot.
I guess those that never read the book going in to see an octopus that just kills loads of people when it gets transported into New York City would have just been too much.
Yeah.
But in the TV show, you know, when they're doing a trailer for a sort of like tourism advert for New York, and they got the guy from The Sopranos, the guy who plays Christopher Monsanti, goes, "The only time I eat octopus is with marinara sauce." That is nice. I really thought that was funny.
Nice. Right. Nazrin Prod, go on. One of you choose Batman v Superman. You never know. I saw that in cinema 4 times when it came out, by the way. I'm just saying. Graham, what have you got first then?
Well, buckle up, because I think I've got what is the epitome of a guilty pleasure here, and that is the mid-80s classic Howard the Duck.
Nice.
Which it was back in a time where kids' movies were truly terrifying. You know, you've got this talking duck who is, throughout the movie, multiple times sexualized for no reason whatsoever, particularly with Leah Thompson's character. You've got Jeffrey Jones as this possessed scientist who becomes more and more grotesque as the movie goes on. It gets darker and more upsetting. You get Tim Robbins as a bumbling character as well. It just is all these things working against it, and yet somehow I find it charming, fun, kind of energetic. Should it have been made? Probably not. But I enjoy the crap out of this whenever I watch it. I think last time I watched it was last year when I got the new Blu-ray of it. Ridiculously funny. I think it's just great.
I still need to get that Blu-ray. Definitely. You've not seen it?
I've not seen it in so long. I loved this film as a kid. Just because, like, as a kid, you don't give a toss. But yeah.
It's very strange. The tone in it is really off because, like I said, it seems aimed at kids. It has sexual kind of humour that adults are going to get, and then it's got really terrifying scenes in it as well that would haunt kids' nightmares.
No, it is bonkers. But I think this is the only reason that it really existed was because Marvel had no money, and then they had to like sell licenses to try and keep going. They're like, this is like a point where they were kind of not on their knees, but things were not going down, good roads. Obviously, they had to sell Spider-Man, X-Men. All of this was changing in their lives. So like, attempting to make a film about Howard the Duck was like their idea of trying to financially stabilize a company, which is bonkers when you think about it.
And then you've got George Lucas, who pretty much they're not going to say no to him. So yeah,
No.
take all this money and make something completely bonkers.
Yeah.
That's almost going to bankrupt you.
Yeah. It's just like the director. I was looking here now. I don't know what else he directed, but he's been nominated for an Oscar. Okay. He wrote Indiana Jones. And oh my god, this is crazy. He wrote Temple of Doom is his Indiana Jones as well. So that tells you. And he wrote American Graffiti.
Yeah,
So
I just saw that. That's amazing. Like he wrote some of Star Wars.
it's
He
bonkers.
wrote Temple of Doom, yeah, and American Graffiti. That's mad.
Is there is there a behind the scenes on the Blu-ray? Because I'd be intrigued to see the behind the scenes of Howard the Duck.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. It's been a while since I revisited it, but I know there is a good amount of supplementals.
Oh god. Okay, now I'm tempted.
And John Barry did the music for it.
Absolutely wild, man.
Wow.
Absolutely wild. Gung Fu says, Kuckerberg is here. Welcome, Kuckerberg. Gung Fu says, Howard the Duck and Leah Thompson. Howard the Duck is amazing, says Kuckerberg. One of my favorite childhood video rentals. Nazarene Prod, yes, I support Graham's choice. Very underrated, and is genuinely weird as hell. Glowing the Hobbit says to you, Graham, I never miss your videos.
Oh, thanks very much.
Super fan. Kuckerberg says the Money Pit with Hanks was always a great comfort movie for me. The Burbs also, both classics. Ugly Enough to Be Wise is here. Welcome, Ugly Enough to Be Wise. Marvel Fan 45. Guilty pleasure for me is Only God Forgives. It has some pretty bad acting and a weird incest plot, but for no reason. Well,
I almost put that one.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know how to what I would categorize Only God Forgives. Yeah, it's my Peacocks. Yeah. That's why I'm here at 4 a.m. But I'm not. It's warm here today, so I'm not closing my window, so you can hear my peacocks in the background. All 5 of them. Yeah, I don't know. Like, Only God Forgives for me is like in like, is it underrated or is it a guilty pleasure? I don't really know. Even though it has incest, obviously, but still,
I like it.
Yeah, same. I don't really understand why it got so panned, but I think people hyped it far too much after Drive, I think.
Yes.
So, yeah. Cal Hobday, welcome, Cal Hobday. Howard the Duck had a Marvel cameo, funny for my generation. Not sure how it went down with the modern day Marvel fanboys. True. It was, I think he's voiced by Seth Green in the Marvel.
Oh, wow.
Kevin Feige world, yeah. If I'm correct, I think I'm right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I'm just looking that Jeffrey Jones, man. The 80s, he was like on it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He did like Beetlejuice, Ferris
Bueller.
yeah.
He was in a lot of movies.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. I think my favorite Jeffrey Jones film is Ed Wood, though. He's really good in Ed Wood. Maybe we'll talk about Ed Wood tonight. You never know. Not the film Ed Wood, but Ed Wood in general. Kuckerberg, Refn claimed he wanted the movie Only God Forgives to feel like it was filmed from the inside of a vagina.
How do you do that? How do you manage that?
I don't know. There is like, what a guy. He's a TikTok legend now anyway, because he dances with his daughter on TikTok. And it's very awkward, but yeah, very awkward. Nah, okay, I might have to buy it.
What's that? Is that true?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me. It is, like I said, it is Nicholas Winding reference. Did you watch his show, Too Old to Die Young?
No, the one with Miles Teller.
It's a good show, but my God, it's freaking heavy going. Absolutely savage. Carlsberg, Weird Science is a film I still love to this day. Weird Science is a cool film. Big fan of Weird Science. Great. Shall we move along?
Yeah, go on.
Man. I can just see Howard the Duck in my face right now. I don't know why. It's just those eyes. His eyes freak me out. They're like cookie-sized eyes. He says, yeah, look at the interview the reference did with Alex Jones. He's generally said it. Nice.
Alex Jones.
Yeah, I know. That makes it.
Alex Jones, the guy,
I don't know.
Nutcase with the tinfoil hat.
Yeah, maybe. Alex Jones, Nicholas. No way. I can't see it.
Yeah, Alex Jones been taken off YouTube, so
again. Yeah, the crazy Alex Jones guy. Fucking hell, man.
Fucking hell. That'd be something to watch, wouldn't it?
Well, reference interviews are hilarious anyway, because he thinks he's like the tits. He's like best mates with like all the big directors, like Hodorowski and everything like that. He's like, yeah, I know them all.
I've seen his interview with Friedkin.
No. Oh, God.
No. But he mentions at one point, he's like, when I was doing my masterpiece, talking about Only God Forgives, and just Friedkin just shuts him down straight away, like in the most brutal fashion. I won't even spoil it. If you can find it, watch it.
Okay, I'll check it out. Friedkin is an absolute boomer of a guy. He just doesn't care. He just says it as it is. It's hilarious.
It's so savage.
Yeah. He is.
The only time I've seen, like, I haven't seen a lot of his commentaries, but one which he did for Kenji Fukasaku when he was talking about on battles on his battles movies, he was like saying how he's just an absolute legend. But yeah, Friedkin, man, he's a don. I love Friedkin.
No messing. Cow update. Heard that the follow-up he wanted the Neon Demon to look like it was filmed inside a ball bag.
Fucking hell.
Oh, God. Anyway, swiftly moving on from Refn and ball bags and vaginas then. My first choice is Jaws 3. I don't understand how people do not like Jaws 3. I think it is one of those weird films where you combine SeaWorld, great white sharks, and a giant water dome where nothing can possibly go wrong, but everything goes wrong. The CGI is so crap in this film, but it entertains the hell out of me. Like the dolphins trying to rescue the people, and it's just one of these really bizarre films that you just kind of think only in the 80s. No, is it 80s? Yeah, only in the 80s this could get made. We have to brand logo SeaWorld into a Universal Studios film about the most famous shark in the world, and we'll see what happens. It is a train wreck, but it is a good ass train wreck that I think I've watched Jaws 3 equally as much as I watched Jaws. So
and in 3D.
Well, I have the 3D glasses, but I've never seen it in 3D. I kind of wish I had. But my friend had it on VHS when I was a kid, and then I borrowed it off him, and he never got it back. I kept it because I loved it that much. It was just, it's such a weird. Yeah, I don't know. Have you guys got any thoughts on it?
I kind of like the movies, but they are like that one, especially the CG in it when the shark blows up at the end. Is woo.
Just even when the sharks like swimming in like this water dome, it's just really bad, but it's entertaining bad.
Crazy, it had a shark that shitter in the third one than it did in the first one. I mean, how does that work? Surely, like, as time goes on,
it made them for less budgets. But yeah, because obviously the most famous of the bad Jaws is the fourth one.
Yes.
Yeah, that one.
The one stalks them and follows them as they move, hunt them down like a serial killer. It's great.
So, okay, Jaws 3 though, right, made $87 million worldwide in 1983. So that's a good turnover, right?
That's amazing turnover.
Do you know what I mean? But let's have a look at the budget, because that's what you see. $18 million, and he made almost $90 million in return. People still were going out to see these films, even though they weren't good. But that's how the studio system works, isn't it?
Spielberg wasn't involved in the third one, was it? Was he? Don't think he.
I think so.
Was even producer.
Well, he's always got producer credits in all of them, doesn't he? But yeah. What have we got here? Kuckerberg, Turner and Hooch. Yes. Gung Fu says, I think Leah Thompson from Howard the Duck is in the first Jaws as the night swimmer in the beginning. Is she? Is this a reference? What am I lost with?
No, I think he's just pulling your leg.
Okay, right. Okay. You messaged me earlier and I was like, oh God, do I answer this? I was petrified. Every time I see his name on Facebook now, I'm just like, oh fuck, what's going to happen next? Kuckerberg, any movies with Pauly Shore, Son-in-Law especially, Biodome is generally one of the worst films ever made though. It's so bad. I've never seen a Biodome. Have either of you?
Yeah, I've seen it a couple of times. I've seen the other Pauly Shore atrocities as well. In the army now, jury duty. I went through a phase. I watched them all.
Oh really?
It was my self-harming phase. So
Stiff Kitten says there is no such thing as a guilty pleasure. Why feel guilty about liking something? This is what Graham's been saying for the last, I think, hour that we've been talking. It's true though, but it's always the same when you speak to people that just like, what? You don't? You think this is a good film? And they're like, yeah. It always happens. Kuckerberg, Humanoids from the Deep. Okay, I gotta search this. Carlsberg says, one for Huss. I love City Hunter with Jackie Chan. Love the Street Fighter scene.
Yeah. You know, I hated that movie as a youngster, but I just seem to like it a bit more now, and I do have a bit of fun with it. I think Carlsberg's right. That is like when he's dressed up as a Chung Lee, Jackie Chan is. That's pretty mad.
Oh, Humanoids from the Deep is actually on Netflix for free right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I also, just to let people know, if they want to get that Claire Denis film, Trouble Every Day, the vampire film, that's out at print. CEX have them online for £8 right now. They're all out on DVD. Just to let you all know. Yeah. I bought one earlier. Kung Fu says, I'm not kidding. Leah Thompson, up and look up Leah Thompson 1983. See what she's in. Oh God, I'm scared now.
Well, I thought he was referring to the original Jaws. She may be in Jaws 3.
Oh, she is. Yes, she was. Okay, he's forgiven. The Jaws 3D is so struck, it almost gave me a headache. One of the better 3D Blu-rays out there. So much fun. Kuckerberg says 1980 version. I think it's the 1980 version that was there. Stiff Kittens then says, this should have been so good it's bad. Is that Lisa?
She just jumped on me just 2 minutes ago, and I'm just like holding her back, trying to force feed me candy floss.
That's nice.
That's good.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. Stiff Kitten says, watching Garbage Pail Kids this week. I've not watched that in ages.
Yeah,
God, did they make a film of it?
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's weird, isn't it? Absolutely bizarre. Northern Pod, no, he's not wrong. He got the wrong Jaws film, but we've sorted this out now. We're fine. Leah Thompson was in Jaws 3, but it was the wrong Leah Thompson in Jaws film. Oh my God. Anyway, moving away from Leah Thompson, then we've had Refn, we've had Leah Thompson. Horse, what have you got next?
Next up, I have got, just get on my list. I'm going for Matrix Reloaded. The thing about the two Matrix sequels, you got to stop thinking about what mess it is, and the story, they've just sort of like ruined this whole universe, and just enjoy the action in it. Because one thing, the choreography in the Matrix movies is some of the best in Western cinema, like from a martial arts point of view. I mean, I think there's just some of the best martial arts in there. Like, I think it's the way that it's the same choreographer as I think there was some big Hong Kong like directors working on that, and it's just amazing how some of it is just absolutely stunning. Yeah, Monica Bellucci as well, who's just she's absolutely stunning. But yeah, just forget about the story. Just, close your ears and just watch some beautiful action in there. I'm not a big fan of the Matrix movies. I think the first one, I quite liked it, but the second is just great martial arts. Yeah, Yuen Wu Ping, he's just fucking brilliant. It's absolutely. I think some of the martial arts, it's just like the one in the house, that house, with the wires that they got all the weapons flying left, right, and center. That is just brilliant. And the one with the Mr. Smiths, is it Agent Smiths? All going hardcore. There's like thousands of them all going at Keanu Reeves. I think it just looks stunning. But yeah, the movie's shit. Other than that, but they're just such, they're just so wonderful to watch. Just the fight scenes.
Yeah, I don't know. I have issues with the Matrix sequels anyway. I do like the first one quite a bit, but I can see what you mean. I think that the problem with the last two films is like this kind of narrative arc that is kind of pointless. But if you just watch it for what you're pointing at, I can see where you're going with it. But it's very seldom I go back to watch 2 or 3, even though I'm excited for 4. It's still I don't know. How about you, Graham?
It's been a while since I've revisited any of the Matrix movies other than the first one. But to be honest, I can't even remember too much about the other ones. But the first one is a classic. I think that's standard.
I snuck into the first one.
Were you underage?
Oh God, yeah. Had to. I wasn't missing it. Didn't get kicked out either, so it was fine.
Well, one thing I don't understand about the Matrix is why is everyone wearing like bondage gear, like tight rubber? In the Reloaded, there's like this club scene where all these everyone's fighting and they're all wearing like tight rubber and stuff. It's just like I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's cyberpunk or whatever they call it. It's just that kind of ethos, isn't it?
It's gonna chafe when you're fighting and you're getting sweaty. But I guess no one sweats in the Matrix.
Keanu wouldn't complain anyway because he's the nicest man in film.
Yeah,
too nice. But what we got? Matrix sequels are wonderfully nuts, tons of fun. Says Peter. Plus the bike chase. Says Stiff Kittens. I need to remember that. I'll have to look back. And monkey fight choreography is incredible by Wu Ping, says Kuckerberg. Monica Bellucci was the best in Melina in 2000. Eric, second half of Reloaded is excellent. Stiff Kittens and The Matrix has Samuel L. Jackson in. Highway Chase is insane. Huss, did you know that Brandon Lee was going to be in the role of Keanu that Keanu Reeves got in Matrix? Will Smith was offered it first, and he said no. Absolutely said no, which I'm kind of glad he did, because he went to make, what was it, Wild Wild West he went to make instead?
Yes.
He must be kicking himself.
Yeah, but he got more money for that one, so I don't think he cares. I just still, I couldn't, I don't know, I just can't see him as Neo, but
he can't play that straight character. Like, I mean, I think closest he did was iRobot. But
true. Stiffkins also says Animatrix is great. I've still not watched Animatrix.
I really like the Animatrix.
Since you've mentioned it. Kuckerberg Wachowskis must love BDSM. Maybe. Nazrin Pod, just watch my video on it. I got into way too much detail on the sequel plots. Okay, I will go back on that one. Glenn the Hobbit says, my guilty pleasure, Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis and Monica Bellucci. Wow. Okay. Anybody seen Tears of the Sun?
Yeah. Long while ago.
Yeah, it feels like ages.
Bruce Willis only agreed to do Die Hard 4 if he could get that title, because that was the title of it. Die Hard 4, Tears of the Sun. But if he'd sign on if he could take that title to that movie.
That's hilarious. What a weird choice. For a great Bellucci movie, watch The Apartment, French film from 1996. Never heard of that one, but check it out. Will Smith is the new in the new sequel to Hancock. Oh God, it's going to be titled Hancock. Fucking hell. The banter is strong tonight.
Did you see that?
What?
Did you see him and his missus were having a discussion about her affair? Why would they do that in public?
I don't know. There's been rumours about the Smith clan for a long time anyway. Apparently they've both been in an open relationship since they got married, allegedly.
They're all bonkers. They're all bonkers. All four of them. I mean,
hey, there's a fifth son as well.
Yeah, which is from his previous marriage, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know he's famous now as well. Obviously he's been in Pokemon and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, I think.
Was he the kid in Pokemon Detective Pikachu?
Yeah. Is it? I can't remember his name now. Is it Jay? Is it? I can't remember. Wait a minute. Yeah, Justice Smith, that's his name. But yeah, I forgot that he was married before as well. Only Have to Be Wise. I love the two parts of the Animatrix, but the rest I don't care for. The one with the kids and the anomaly, and the one about the runner. Okay. The last film I saw with Will Smith was ID4. Independence Day 4. What?
Independence Day 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2, right?
I think it's just abbreviated to that, but it's the first Independence Day.
Oh yeah, because it's
4th of July.
4th of July.
Ah, right. Okay. I didn't mind that movie. I thought the last line of it when Brent Spiner says, "Let's go kick some alien ass," is the best way to end a film ever. But guilty pleasures for me, Absolute Beginners. Was a big fan of David Bowie, and the film is the name of one of Bowie's best 1980s songs. Okay. How is Will Smith's movie where he is? How is Will Smith's movie where he is a sniper? Is that Gemini Man? Because that is terrible. That movie is awful.
Mediocre.
Yeah. Kuckerberg Karate Kid reboot with his goofy son was really that was offensive.
Why is it even called Karate Kid? You're not even doing karate. Kung Fu. Why don't they call it Kung Fu Kid?
It's name recognition.
Yeah.
all it is.
Yeah. Stiff Kitten says the only good thing about Will Smith is he's an executive producer in Cobra Kai. I did not know that. Cal Hobbit, guilty pleasure movie, Olympus Has Fallen, just because it's one of the best lines in film ever by Jared Butler to bad guys. Let's have a game of fuck off. You go first. Oh my days. I've not watched that film in ages.
Yeah.
I just thought the trailer to the last one with him and Nick Nolte in the woods, and then just like, I've come for your help, Dad, and then just pan back to Nick Nolte as like this trampish man in the woods. I thought it was hilarious.
Have you seen it, Dion?
No, I haven't. No. After I saw
It's
the
on-
trailer,
It's on Prime, and you must watch it because it's so ridiculous. There's a scene at the start where there's a big attack, and they've done all the explosions practically, and then they've put CG explosions on top of the explosions.
Oh my
Like
God.
it's added, and it's so wonderful.
this is some Bruckheimer stuff.
Yeah.
No, Michael Bay, I mean, sorry. Amazing. After Earth is Terror is truly, truly awful. Hell yes,
Oh,
it's
that
truly awful.
fucking shit.
Then Stiffkin says the sax on Absolute Beginners is awesome, not a typo. I haven't seen Absolute Beginners, I don't think so. It's probably one of the only Bowies I've not seen. Unfortunately, Jared Butler then made Geostorm the one where Jared Butler punched the wind. I've not watched Geostorm either. I stay away from Jared Butler films.
Yes, it's a good choice.
Kookaburg, Rita Sue, and Bob 2 is definitely a guilty pleasure.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
No.
What's his name? Director that? Was it Alan? Oh God.
Is that Alan Clark? Yeah, it's
Alan Clark, isn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen it, actually.
Yeah.
I always see it at BFI, but I've never picked it up. But I mean, I'm always interested in Alan Clark. I've only seen a few of his films. While we're on Will Smith, I really enjoyed Bright. I thought Bright was all right. Bit overhyped.
I like the aesthetic to it.
Yeah, it's a cool world. But is it John Landis' son wrote the screenplay, and it's like the most expensive screenplay that's ever been sold to Netflix?
Yeah.
And then it's still meant to be making a sequel, which still hasn't happened. Peter, Geostorm is wonderfully terrible. It's the first 10 minutes was so bad I almost died laughing. Jared Butler has been on a tear with some truly wonderfully awful films. Well, have you not seen him sing in Phantom of the Opera? That was enough for me with Jared Butler, to be honest.
God, yeah, he
Fucking
did
hell.
that, didn't he?
So terrible.
What do you guys think of Law Abiding Citizen?
Yeah, it was okay.
I don't even remember watching it. I've seen it.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that one.
it's got to be biblical.
Stiff Kitten says a young Patsy Kensit is in Absolute Beginners. I don't know that. Haha, Rita Sue Bob, we're having a gangbang, we're having a ball, classic Black Lace. Agadoo, my friends. Butler's in movie 43 also. Everyone needs to see movie 43.
Stiff Kittens has been trying to get me to watch that for ages. I'm going to watch it this weekend, definitely. Just for the balls. I just want to see those balls.
It's a heavily featured film in Poundland.
If you'd a pound for every time you said that, Huss.
I want to see Hugh Jackman's balls.
Stiff Kitten says Sam Landis is an utter asshole. I've heard that he's not exactly a very pleasant person, but yeah. Anyway.
Is he getting done for something? The Me Too thing? Was that?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Is he?
Yeah.
Always the same.
Anywho.
Right. Anyway, Graham, what have you got next?
I've got. There's no other way to do it. Grease 2. I'll just let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah, let's have a moment, everyone.
Yep.
Fuck.
I love Grease too. Where do you go after the utter classic that was Grease? You strip away everything that made that wonderful, put in comedic performances in a sort of high school setting that looks as if it's straight out of a TV drama. You've got some truly awful performances, some truly wonderful yet terrible songs, which when I got this on TV not long ago, I was surprised that I still knew all the lyrics to them as well. Yeah, it's horrifically bad, but just also wonderful.
Oh, wow. Okay. All I remember is that isn't there like a bunker, like there's like a bomb bunker in it. That's all I remember from it. There was like a song that they sing or something in that one. I've not watched that.
Just looking amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. She was it was I think beginning career fair, right? Yeah. I watched her in Into the Night recently, the John Landis film with Jeff Goldblum, which I thought was quite cool. It has Bowie in that actually as well. But wow, Grease 2, fuck. I really don't know what to say. I didn't even expect to hear Grease 2 to come out of anybody's mouth today.
Me too. I was about to say that.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, you asked for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just be happy. I'm fighting back the urge to start singing.
I might have to watch it again now, purely on your comments. But yeah, it was.
I don't think you have to. I think it's great. That's me.
Whatever happened to the guy who played the lead character?
Maxwell Caulfield. Yeah, he was in the Empire Records and Sundown and some other low budget kind of things, but he just faded into nothingness.
Yeah. He's quite a handsome guy. You'd think like he'll do well.
It's just kind of a bizarre gap of time as well, though, isn't it? You think about 1971, Grease came out, and this came out in 1982. That's 11 years.
11 years for a sequel that
So
no one probably asked for.
It brings a couple of the cast back, which is crazy because they're still high school students.
Really? Even though they graduated?
11 years.
Oh, man. Oh, okay, right. I'm rewatching that now. It's been a while. Cookabug says The Greatest Showman is a guilty pleasure and the new version of Star is Born. I even really love the soundtracks to them both. I fucking love Greatest Showman. I think it is a brilliant musical. Star is Born, though, I detest Star is Born. I think it was very bland and very overhyped.
I never saw it. That's the one with Lady Gaga in it, isn't it?
And Brad Cooper. Yeah,
I think I killed the chat.
How can any movie be taken seriously where your lead actress's name is Lady Gaga? Like they didn't even use her real name. Like there, Lady Gaga in the credits. Come on, how do you take a movie seriously?
If Lady Gaga fans here saying this now, they're going to comment the shit out of this and dislike it for hours. Oh, you've actually got a dislike on it already. They found you. I when I reviewed Star is Born, I got so much hate on my YouTube video and on my written review for it. But I stand by it. But yeah, The Greatest Showman though, that's a special movie. Graham Peter says Graham has out-Dioned Dion. Is this about Waterboy? I still don't know how people are so shocked by Waterboy in my choice for 90s. Like, I don't get it. Great film.
Yep.
People's Movie says was in Holby City for a while, Maxwell Caulfield. Now that's a fact.
Was he?
Damn. That's hilarious. Steve Kitten says Colbus and Dynasty. I'm guessing these. Maxwell Caulfield films or
TV
didn't see
shows,
the
I think.
TV show. Yeah. Well, some people make it better in TV, I guess. Cookbook says it's awesome. Host, watch it, lad. I'm assuming we're talking about 43 again there, right? Okay. Okay. Next up on my list, I am going to go for an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic, starring Danny DeVito and Emma Thompson, and that is Junior.
Oh.
When when Schwarzenegger gets pregnant. Anyway, I remember watching this film at a very young age, and I thought this was actually quite a decent flick. And it's one of those weird comfort films that I find to be very endearing, even though the whole idea of it is absolutely bizarre. And also, it's just one of these weird collabs of when Danny DeVito was like one of the hottest properties in Hollywood and Schwarzenegger, and they combined it all in one movie. For me, I just like it. It's just weird fun. But yeah, I think your faces says enough to me on that one. But
I've not seen it since the 90s, so
yeah,
I can't really remember too much.
I liked it, but I actually don't know if it actually is on Blu-ray. You actually can get it on Blu-ray. That's amazing. There is a Region 1 movie of it, but I don't know. I just quite liked it. Have you ever watched it?
Yeah, I have.
So is it just one of those weird films that just shouldn't exist?
You know, I saw it once, completely forgot about it, and never really wanted to watch it again.
Seriously?
Just, yeah, I didn't even enjoy it. You know, can you believe it's directed by Ivan Reitman?
I know.
Fucking hell. What was he thinking?
Well, okay. Well, we've had two surprises now after each other. We've got
Dion's out Dion himself.
Yeah,
it made 108 million in the box office.
I'm telling you, putting DeVito and Schwarzenegger in the film, bankable. That's why they made it, I think. But
cast. It's got a great cast.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very 90s film. It perfectly situates itself in the middle of the 90s. Just like Dunstan Checks In. Ever seen Dunstan Checks In with a monkey?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. They were weird films back then. Very weird
put a
movies.
monkey in any film, it's going to do well. You tell me a bad movie with a monkey in.
I don't know. I'll think about it. How about the monkeys in Oz the Great and Powerful, the last Wizard of Oz film from Disney?
That's CGI monkeys, aren't they?
Still a shit
Talking
film.
about a real primate, a real primate.
A real one. Do you remember? What was it? Mighty Joe. What a movie!
Yes.
What a movie. We've got what we've got here now. Has anyone mentioned Battlefield Earth yet? I've never seen Battlefield Earth, but I have heard about it. Yeah, I have heard terrible things.
That was funded by the Church of Scientology, wasn't it? Or was that I'm thinking of a different movie? Yeah.
Days of Thunder is another film funded by Scientology. Tom Cruise classic. That just had a 4K upgrade. More money for the Church of Scientology right there for you. Kirkeberg. Addams Family and Addams Family Values classic comfort movies. Hell yes. Nazarene Prod. I'm assuming you're talking about Junior. I saw it in the cinema. It has not aged well. I disagree.
Yeah.
Carlsberg, that's not a guilty pleasure. I tried to block out and it's forgotten about until now. You're welcome, Carlsberg. This is the aim. We're trying to bring demons out of your life. Carl Hobday, Junior hosts his face. What the fuck? Then Peter says, Junior is no Last Action hero. True. Stiff Kittens, Host Face Palm. There's too much banter about this. Vampirus Lesbos is a lovely pleasure with Soledad Miranda. I've heard about Vampirus Lesbos, but I've never actually watched it. You have? And
yeah, it was on Bravo years ago.
You dirty man.
I used to love Bravo.
Some,
a teenage boy. You put vampires and lesbians in there. God, any teenage boy's going to watch it, aren't they?
Doesn't 88 Films have that on in their collection?
Have they? One would not be surprised.
Is it? I think it is, isn't it? Oh, wait a minute. No. I don't know if it has Blu-rays, but I'll have to send you a copy of it as a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an HMV for £13. It's a Severin. HMV sell Severin films.
Yeah.
What?
£11 you can get it from Amazon.
I didn't know that HMV sold Severin titles. Did you?
That cover though.
I did not know that. I've learned something new today. What else we got? Twins I can forgive, even watch again, but not Junior. Anything Jess Franco is a guilty pleasure. Monkey and movie Sandler been getting away with murder for years. Oh God. Nazar and Prod says this is basically a Graham Dion face off to who can hit bottom. Well, maybe we've hit bottom already. Bad Monkey movies next week's subject. Oh God. Batteries Not Included is a good comfort film. I've never seen Batteries Not Included.
Oh, I haven't seen it in years.
That's good.
It's got the old couple from Cocoon in it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Does it? Nice.
Yeah.
The original Wizard of Oz, is that as a guilty pleasure?
That's got monkeys, but they're not real monkeys, are they?
I thought they were real monkeys.
Are they real monkeys in there?
I don't actually know. Let's have a look. Ugly Enough to Be Wise. I've never seen Junior. Did Arnie give birth to Danny DeVito? A missed opportunity if not. That would have been a very different film, but a very interesting film nonetheless. Nazareth also says Battlefield Earth coming soon to my channel. Oh, for God's sakes! I look forward to that.
You're not, are you? Pete, come on. No, you got to give it to Pete. He'll review. He'll do a good review on it though.
We have faith in him. See if he sells it to us. Cal Hobday, what about Human Centipede 2? I'll get the sandpaper out. Oh, for God's sakes. What a picture. Fuck. Anyway, okay then. What's your number 3?
Number 3. I might go into one of my Asian titles on here. Don't know if anyone's seen it. It's the Stephen Chow movie. He directed it. He did not star in it. It's called Mermaid. It's not a great movie, but it's something about it. It's very charming. It's quite a delightful movie. It's about this property developer. He wants to build this, I think it's like a hotel or something that reaches out into the sea. But by building it, he's going to ruin the ocean. So this mermaid comes out to stop him. No, I think to stop him, but she has a romantic little thing with him, and it's just really great CGI. I mean, it's not a great movie, but it's just so much fun. Beautiful aesthetics to the film. It's really colourful. But yeah, I think you can pick up the steelbook for less than $5 on Amazon.
Nice. It looks freaky, man. Like dreadlock merman, and then the unibrow mermaid. Like, what the hell? Even the Guardians reviewed it. Holy crap. Okay. It's why is there an old man dressed up like a mermaid?
They're
just
all
lounging
mermaids,
on the
aren't
bath.
they?
Yeah, but
They're all
like,
mermaids.
yeah, but like,
The
what
film
the?
got absolutely panned. But
It
there's
was
something about it that's just nice.
was a mega blockbuster, was it not? Over in China, did it not make a fortune?
Yeah, it was the highest grossing film in China the year it came out. But it's
Seriously?
Yeah, like about
Posh.
500 million or something. Like it was huge.
Hey. So the Mermaid Blu-ray on Amazon is £19.14, but I've seen it in the HMV bargain bin a few times.
Yeah, I think Xavier is selling it cheap.
Zavi, what?
But you know, I have to actually buy something from Xavier in the next few weeks.
What's that?
Weathering with You.
Oh
the
yeah,
limited edition combo pack, and they've got it exclusively. It's
Well,
like one
the
of those
movie's not
things, isn't
very
it?
good.
Bend the knee,
Is it not?
No, I didn't like it. I had to teach a class on it. Like we went to watch the film and then we reviewed it, and I was just like, "Fuck, this movie's." Yeah, I didn't like it. But
I think he's such a great animator, though, Shinkai.
it's good. It's good animation, but like the story's a bit meh, if you ask me. But yeah. Okay, I'll check Mermaid out purely for the old man dressed up as a mermaid lounging in a bath. That's my kind of cinema.
Yeah.
We've got Glowing the Hobbit said, I watched Clifford starring Martin Short and Charles Grodin. Clifford is not the big red dog. Well, that's disappointing because I could see Martin Short playing Clifford the big red dog. Cookabig, have you watched Happiness yet? And if so, how disgusted were you out of 10? Right, Cookabig, I watched it. That film is one of the most unsettling film experiences I have ever had. I have not felt so uncomfortable watching a film in a long time, and I watch some random things, but literally out in comfort, I would say I was about a 9. I was just not comfortable with it. It is fucking heavy topic.
Which Happiness is?
That's the it is. Wow, I was very Anyway, moving on. Stiffkin says Wizard of Oz is just an awful film apart from The Witch. That's a statement there.
The Wizard of Oz. It's like,
yeah, it's a big
such
statement.
a legacy to it.
Wow.
It's one of David Lynch's favorite films. Interesting. Eric says I also enjoyed Mermaid. Okay, we have 2 recommendations now. Nazrin Pod, just seen The Mermaid, but I got Mutant Girl Squad through today. What's Mutant Girl Squad?
Sounds fun.
No, you don't know what it is? No, I thought it was something that you would know. Damn it.
Wow.
Stiff Kitten says Dana Carvey, the Master of Disguise, is just. I've not actually seen that one, but I've heard. Interesting. Has anybody else seen it?
I've not seen it, but I've heard that they had to pad out the credits to get it to feature length because it runs at like 60 something minutes or 70 minutes now. No, I've not seen it.
Nice. Okay, I will add that one to the list.
I think it's on Netflix.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, this guy's 2000. Oh, is it only 2002? It's on Prime. Oh, all watch options. Yeah, it's on Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I've seen it.
Damn. Okay, I'll check that one out. What else have we got? Scanner Darkly with Keanu and Winona is great. Anything with Keanu and Winona Ryder is great. I actually looked at guilty pleasures online, and apparently Coppola's Dracula is a guilty pleasure, and I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That is a great film, even with Keanu's dodgy British accent.
Yeah.
Are you getting raided, us?
It's happening, isn't it?
What else we got? I don't have to be wise. I've only seen Voices of a Distant Star, and I hated it. And then Nazarene Prod says, "Goddamn Huss! Even on guilty pleasures, he gets me to buy a film." That's what he does. He
Listen,
financially.
I did say The Mermaid is not a great film, but it's just a lot of fun. It's complete. I mean, Stephen Chow. If you like, he's got these. His films can be a complete mess, but there's just something so cool about them that it works in a fun way. I mean, even Kung Fu Hustle is a bit of a mess, but it just works.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'm eager now. Kuckerberg, I picked up The Succulent Succubus last weekend featuring Asami. That movie was certainly a pleasure. Have you seen that one, Liz?
No, I've not seen that, but yeah. I like Asami.
Hell's Ice is cracking Huss. Okay.
What's
Yeah, I don't know what the reference is. Sorry. Kuckerberg, yeah, the performance of the pedo guy in Happiness was gripping stuff. Hoffman was so great as the lonely uncle guy. Hoffman is brilliant in that film. I would go yes. It's just the dialogue. I think just the way that they normalize the conversation between the father and the son. It's just, I don't know. It's too close to comfort, I think. But what do you think of it, Graham?
I just think all of Solange's stuff is just close to the knuckle anyway. It's movies that you appreciate watching, but you feel kind of grimy and dirty afterwards, and you never want to watch them again. You know, whether it's Welcome to the Dollhouse or Palindromes or anything, you just it's interesting to watch, but once only.
I'm eager to see a few more of his films, but I think it's interesting how he takes on that kind of topic, but how you get away with that as well. It's very touch and go, but yeah. Nishimura made Mutant Girl Squad, said Nazarene Prod. Okay, I'll check that one out also. Mutant Girl. Wait a minute, sorry, stepped out. Mermaid, the one with the octopus. Yeah, there's an octopus guy in the Mermaid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yes. Cookabig says, yeah, Mutant Girl Squad is similar wacky style to Machine Girl and Tokyo Gore Police. Oh, okay then.
Okay.
Stiff Kitten says Coppola's Dracula is the best version of Dracula. I would agree. I like the film. Gary Oldman is so good.
Because Dracula's not really the bad guy, is he? He's just cursed. And it's just,
Yeah, I think it's a good approach by Coppola. I think that's why it's a good film. But yeah, I don't get the whole idea of it being a guilty pleasure. Very disagree with that one. Cookbook says, yeah, Palindromes by Solans is very similar feel to Happiness. Check that one out, Dion, to follow on from Happiness. I might need a few more weeks before I go. I'm still I watched it last week, I think. I forgot to mention it actually, but since Cookabug's always egging me on to watch it, I watched it. But yeah, okay then. Hell freezes over before Huss shops at Zavi. That was the reference. Well,
right, listen, I haven't bought it yet. I'm still trying to see if there's going to be someone else that sells it. Because if there is, I'm not going through Zavi.
I did see people going angry the other day about the Beetlejuice limited edition Zavi thing, and people went angry because it sold out straight away on red carpet.
Red fucking carpet.
The HMV edition for Beetlejuice looks quite good though. I'm tempted to get the HMV one. I love Beetlejuice, but anyway, Graham, what have you got next?
I've got a video game movie to throw in. It's that classic Mortal Kombat, which is
Wow.
from the mid '90s.
Right, that's a really good like.
Do we
I
talk
love
about
that movie.
the techno soundtrack, or is that all we talk about? It's ridiculously out of place, but somehow wonderful. It's full of like cool shots. It's the only decent Paul W.S. Anderson movie out there, which isn't saying much because the guy's movie is just great on me. But for some reason, Mortal Kombat is ridiculously fun, endlessly entertaining, silly as balls, yes, but who cares with a soundtrack like that? I just think it's great.
Yeah.
Wow. I've not seen that one in a long time.
Just listen to the music. That's all.
Christopher Lambert playing a Chinese god. Just phenomenal.
Perfect casting.
Yeah.
It's absolutely I remember watching it and I was just like, what the hell? But wow, I need to. You've inspired me to go back and watch 2 classic films. What the hell's having a disco? Oh god!
It's Mortal Kombat.
Wow. Okay, that's like proper like Euro techno pop.
It was so much better than Street Fighter.
Yes.
The movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it had less big names in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I have to watch it now. What we got? That's from Pro. Feel free, but okay. Cookabug. Do you all think that Parasite Criterion will get a UK release? Can't see it happening. Seeing codes on just Parasite in the UK. Same with Portrait of the Empire. Yeah, they will, but it's going to be like in 12 months. It's going to be like the UK edition will just come out a lot later. But there will be a UK edition. But the region that the US one will be locked. It's not going to be region B, as some people are speculating. It's just not happening. But
it's never going to happen. No.
Give it 12 months.
Was there one thing for the cover? It's going to be a slip cover with the Morse code cut out.
It's interesting. Looks good.
Maybe. I quite like the cover. I heard some people moaning that it's a white cover, and I'm like, okay. And yeah, I don't get it. Do you know like when you've got like Paris Fashion Week and things like that, and you get people just looking at the next like piece of fashion, then you just got everybody like us just like hovering over a computer looking at a cover like, oh, I don't like that cover. I'm not gonna buy it now because it's white. I want to buy a white cover. How dare you? Oh god. It's just like the bloody Creep Show box set. People are like, oh, do I get the red one? Do I get the green one? Which one do I get? So many. It's a funny community. I love this community, but it makes me laugh sometimes. Very much so. The Stiff Kittens on the production was amazing. What are you guys talking about? Something else? Oh, Nasrin Prod has a question, Graham. But what about Mortal Kombat 2?
No, 1 was enough for me. I never checked any.
I've not seen it.
I didn't even know there was a second one.
Yeah, I think it came out like a year or 2 after. I think it was called Annihilation, maybe. But it was, I never watched it. It didn't look good.
Did you ever see that fan made? Like it was like a short film. That was wicked.
Mm-hmm.
Was there like an animated Mortal Kombat film that came out this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen it or
no?
No interest.
No interest.
Eric says Mortal Kombat is an excellent choice. Christopher Lambert is the man. Then People's Movie says Event Horizon, my favorite Paul W.S. Anderson film.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a good choice out of a lot of very bad films. Yeah. But it baffles me how people like Paul W.S. Anderson make films in general. But yeah. Cookberg, Mortal Kombat Annihilation is a great guilty pleasure cheese. Carlsberg says Graham with the awesomeness. Yes, I bought the CD soundtrack. Such a great CD. It could be like my new workout CD. Maybe. Watch this space. Salt and Pepper Freak. Paul W.S. Anderson is working on the Monster Hunter movie with Tony Jaa.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
Okay.
That film is coming out next year, says People's Movies.
Yeah.
Kuckerberg.
Tony Jaa makes anything now. I think he's just got such a name for himself that he's in like Triple X movies. I'm sure he's going to be in like a Fast and Furious movie as well. The guy is just in. They just throw money at him because he's like one of the biggest martial arts actors now. Like everyone is aging, and he's sort of still doing his thing. Yeah.
Be interested to see how that one pans out. Kuckerberg, I'll hold out for the Parasite Criterion, seeing as I missed out on the Steelbook. Had to go to a standard Amaray Normie edition for the time being. Not the Normies. I have the Normie edition. I didn't need a Steelbook.
Plain Archive are going to release it.
And that too. That's the thing, it has so many editions already. Like the German editions are very good of it also. But yeah.
French one's nice.
Carlsberg says Cameron Diaz was originally meant to play Sonya Blade.
Wow.
I did not know that.
Wow, that would be quite cool.
Seems very fitting considering like Diaz was like up and coming in that time period. People's Movie says, I wonder if I'll get a Parasite Criterion Collection Blu-ray in one piece. You never know, considering that you got jiffed last time with that cracked case to death, courtesy of a company that we won't mention. Dimitri, hello Dimitri. How are you, my friend? Even though I spoke to you earlier. How's it going, Babushka? Stiff Kittens, is Cutthroat Island bad, or did I just get a bad rap due to the high budget and not making enough money? I've not seen Cutthroat Island, have you? Anybody?
Yeah, I like it. It's Rennie Harlan directed, Gina Davis and Matthew Modine starring. And it kind of bankrupted Carl. I liked it a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, Frank Minghella the bad guy.
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
When was he not the bad guy? In the 80s, 90s. He was Skeletor, damn it.
Dracula.
Okay. Oh, Dracula, yeah. Stiff Kittens is a good question, actually. Better library of films, Paul W.S. Anderson or Michael Bay?
Bay.
Yeah, I would go Bay as well. Mainly for...
The Rock and Armageddon.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of...
What's
the name of that film with The Rock, with the steroid film? It's gone off my mind. Pain and Gain. Love Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain.
Great Michael Bay film. Great Michael Bay film. Seriously, did they in Cutthroat Island? They actually blew up an actual pirate ship.
Yep, it bankrupted Carolco, the company behind it. It was
because they exploded the pirate ship.
It was supposed to be like 30 million, and I think it exploded to over 100 million or something, and that's 95.
Seriously?
Million. Yeah, it was mental.
That's so crazy.
98 million it cost.
98 million. Yeah.
Jesus. It was 1995.
Yeah.
Dimitri says, I see someone chose Mortal Kombat movie for a guilty pleasure. Yes, that was Graham, Dimitri. I couldn't agree more. It's an absolute blast. Damn you guys and your Mortal Kombat. I need to watch it now. Ugly Enough to Be Wise. I finally watched Parasite a few days ago. I liked it very much. As much as Memories of Murder, maybe more. Alex Dilla Iglesias. La Comunidad came to mind while I was watching it for some reason. I don't get the reference.
Parasite, Memories of Murder.
Such a normie.
That's the first time I've ever heard anyone say that, actually.
Have it? Well, no. I've heard it. I've heard it countless times. the minute I finished watching that film, I was like, Memories of Murder is still better. But anyway.
Oh, everyone's entitled to have a different opinion. I've not heard it. I've never heard anyone say that because Memories of Murder
Maybe
is
they're
just
too scared to tell you.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Why do you think Parasite's better?
Because you're from Hackney and everybody's scared of you. Because you live in Hackney and everybody's scared of you. That's why.
Oh. I actually think Okja is his worst film.
What is Okja?
Yeah.
I liked Okja. It's not like great, but I liked it. I could never rank his films anyway. I don't think it's possible. Kuckerberg, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies were guilty pleasures. The first two were anyway. Pretty sure the OG TMNT movie has Gold Harvest funded also. I love all of them, even the third one, which is terrible. Back in Time.
Oh, God. It was the Golden Harvest movie. You'd be surprised, like how many of these big production companies in Hong Kong were just funding US movies. Like Blade Runner was a Shaw Brothers movie. Yeah, the Run Shaw. Like they wouldn't have been able to make it without Run Shaw.
What else do you got? Ugly Enough says, I loved TMNT when I was a kid. No guilt there. Kuckerberg says, I still love TMNT as an adult. Certainly no guilt here. I think they're great films. You can't. I think the whole thing about TMNT, I love them anyway. You were actually surprised I can ask a good question. You always ask good questions, Pacifican, so no, I'm not surprised. But it was a good question, though. Dimitri, not sure if I already discussed this, but have ever you seen Miike's adaptation of the Yakuza games Like a Dragon? Worth a watch? Question mark.
Yeah. I think anything, Miike just like, not all of his movies are great. Let's just say that, but you're always going to come out with something from a Miike movie.
Okay, right. Who's it now? Is it me?
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
We voted Mortal Kombat, so it's me now. Okay, right. My third choice. This is no surprise, because I mentioned it a few times. Cruel Intentions, 1999, classic teen film. But for me, it was like I was obsessed with Sarah Michelle Gellar anyway. But for the one person, it was like the best thing on earth when I was growing up. Still is. But I'd never heard of Dangerous Liaisons until I watched this film. And I remember, do you remember Sky Box Office? Before you used to have it, and it was like timed. So like you'd have a screening at 9, a screening at 11. Literally one day during the summer holidays, I rented it. I watched it for like 12 hours straight, just like back to back. I don't know what made me like the film so much. Well, obviously it was Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like the more I watched it over time, I just generally just think it's actually a good piece of film. It's very interesting, and it's a very good depiction of like the 90s. I think like it has one of the best soundtracks I think in film. It has some of the best like young up and coming actors of that time, and it just like blends into I think a very good film. But not everybody sees it that way. So Cruel Intentions. Anybody want to?
Yeah, I've not seen it in years. I watched that a lot when I was younger.
Yeah,
I loved the cast. I thought it was great. Everything about it was just terrific. I haven't seen any of the sequels at all.
The third one is bad. The second one's but they've made a musical out of it as well.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know, like the way I see Cruel Intentions, right? I think it's the Heathers of the late 90s. That's how I see it. But yeah, in general, it like I said, the soundtrack is. Speaking of soundtracks, this is a great 90s soundtrack. It's got The Verb, it's got Count Crows, it's got Placebo, like loads of bands I used to listen to when I was younger. So yeah, it's just one of those good
proper teen movie.
Mhm.
Like the fact that it was even spoofed in what's it, Not Another Teen Movie.
Oh yeah, I love that film also. But,
yeah, I think it's great.
Very good film. What we got? So many. Kuckerberg, yes, Dimitri, it's great. If you know the Yakuza games, it's still fun to watch if you aren't familiar with them. I'll let them discuss that. Nasrin Prod says, you know, Dion, there's a new Ryan Felipe Die Hard ripoff with Casper Van Dien called The Second. Holy shit. I did not know that, but it's on my radar right now. That sounds terrible, but okay. Dimitri, Cruel Intentions is Ryan Felipe's Joker origin story. That's one way to put it, I guess. Nazareth Prod, my favorite erotic thriller from the 90s is Wild Things. Wild Things is freaking wild also.
Yeah.
That is, what was it? Matt Dillon, Denise Richards, and
Neve Campbell.
No, is it Denise Richards and Neve Campbell, right?
Yeah. And Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Denise Richards, though.
I was going to put Tommy and the T-Rex on my list, but I assumed somebody else was going to put it on their list, so I didn't know if it was going to happen. It's not on yours. Oh, damn it. Well, special shout out to Tommy and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Bonkersly fun. I need to pick up that Blu-ray at some point. I know it's you got it a couple weeks in that Severin set, yeah? Oh, you got the 4K and the slip. The infamous slipcase for Tommy and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
What a movie. What a movie.
I've never seen it.
Mate, seriously. Just don't watch anything, don't read anything, just watch it. It is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Again, only in the 90s that kind of movie would get made.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like California Man, sort of? That sort of like caveman.
Dion, that disc, the extras on it are wonderful. They talk to the director about the creation of the movie, and it's just
seriously.
Yeah, it's like a guy came up and said he's got like $100,000 and an animatronic dinosaur. Can I do anything with it? He's like, you've got 2 weeks.
Debbie and the dinosaur.
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex. Shit. That is amazing. That is... Wait a minute, okay. Is it there? Oh, it's there. How much is it? 60? Oh, okay, I'm buying it. Okay. Sorry, just wait a minute while I order my copy of Tammy and the T-Rex. Oh, damn you, Graham. Anyway.
Paul Walker.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh yeah, Paul Walker's in it, yeah. Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, man. It is seriously, man. It's a treat. If you're in a bad mood or anything like that, it is one of those films you could just easily watch. But yeah. Ugly Enough to Be Wise. What's the sequel going to be called for the second? The second. Do you have that much faith that the second will get a sequel? God. Kuckerberg, Basic Instinct, but with a gratuitous beaver scene is his. Okay, well, that's a good way to think about it. Kuckerberg, Showgirls for the win, masterpiece, exactly. But I mentioned Showgirls too many times, so I'm not mentioning Showgirls again. But
I actually thought that was going to be on your list.
Yeah, so did I.
But I have mentioned it like quite a few times. I mentioned it underrated, and I did it in 90s. And I was like, do I go for a hat trick? But I think everybody knows my love for Showgirls, so there was no point.
I'm just wondering, Kuckerberg, if that's a Loaded Weapon 1 reference. The Basic Instinct.
Oh yeah, with the beef.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Right. Okay. So we've just had Cruel Intentions. So Huss, what is your number 4, sir?
Okay, I'm gonna go for Aliens 3.
All right.
You know,
I fucking hate that film.
well, you just said Junior, so no one cares what you said, what you think. Mr. Junior, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger Jr. That. Yeah.
Is that worse than Waterboy?
What boy? I don't.
Well,
you know,
people are
if we're
disgusted.
gonna go down that, I do like Wedding Singer. But yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to Aliens 3. There's, you know, yeah, it's a complete mess, but it's a great like alien. It's still an alien movie, and it's a lot of fun. It's just a silly, ridiculous movie with like fucking. It's got a great cast in it as well. You've got Caesar as a doctor, Charles Dance.
Charles Dance, yeah.
I love Charles Dance, and you know, you've got this hybrid dog alien, because obviously the alien takes in the characteristics of whatever it hosted. So you've got this demented alien that just is so quick. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a pile of shit, but it's a decent movie. It's a decent like little fun movie. I mean, Fincher wanted to make the planet out of wood, so it's like a wooden planet that the prison was going to be. If he was left to do whatever he wanted, he would have made like a masterpiece that would have been still bonkers. I mean, this was a guy who was doing Madonna music videos at the time.
He hates it. He hates Alien 3 a lot.
Yeah.
He doesn't even consider it his film either.
No.
But I'm a Resurrection fan myself. I prefer Resurrection,
I like
over 3.
Resurrection. Who directed Resurrection?
What's the name of the French guy?
Is it Genet? No.
No. Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
No, it's not Genet.
Oh, God.
It's
a
no, it's Genet.
It's Genet, isn't it?
Oh my God, it is Genet.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I did not even click with
I can only imagine.
It makes so much sense now.
It's green tones, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. This is a moment. I forgot everything about that. Goddamn Genet.
Fucking Genet. But he's got that French actor in it, hasn't he? As the little guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
The guy that was in Micmac. No. Yeah, he was in Micmacs and Delicatessen. And he was in. Actually, he's been in all of Genet's movies.
Yeah, Dominique Pignon.
Yeah.
That's his name. Oh God, Genet. But anyway, we'll start talking about Resurrection. We'll go back to 3. What have you got to say about 3, Graham? Are you a fan as well, or?
I like it. I think it's quite good. I like the city setting, the setting, the idea of the prison planet. I don't think it's a patch on the 2 that come before it. I think that's a fair opinion. I don't think any of the Alien sequels are a patch in the first 2, but it's not terrible.
No, if it wasn't classed as an alien film, it was just classed as there's an alien in a futuristic prison that's just hunting everyone, all the prisoners. I mean, that'd be a good movie. You know, just forget about it being an alien film. And, you know, of course it's got Sigourney Weaver in there. Just imagine it was someone else.
I know
It'd be a great movie.
I know Sigourney Weaver got paid a lot of money for 3 and 4, even though she never wants to make them. And I think she got I think she was actually getting cut of the profit as well from the third one. I think so, yeah. But because she didn't want to do anything with him. But yeah. We got Nazarene Prod. I adore Alien 3. Kuckerberg, Alien 3, yes, I love it. Nice one, Huss. Peter Paul's movies. I love Alien 3. Kuckerberg, it killed my mates too. Andre, I love Alien 3 too. And then Nazarene Prod. Dion, Alien 3 is David Fincher's best film. Just deal with it. What kind of spice are you huffing tonight, Peter? God, what are they giving you? Anyway, I know he's trolling me, so it's fine. It's fine. Alien 3 is probably my favorite. It was also my first, which probably had something to do with it, but hey, I still love it. Says like me, that's to be wise. There is a lot of love for Alien 3. Dimitri, Alien 3 is weirdly discordant, gloomy atmosphere, but not even guilty about liking it. And then we talk about Genet. God damn Genet. Nazarene Brad says Genet, that's why 4 is so shit. Resurrection was the worst as well. It's not the worst. It's genius. Y'all will see it one day. Brad Rosso, Wayne's World, and Bill and Ted. I don't know if they're guilty pleasures though. Wayne's World is a comedy classic, I think. And Bill and Ted is fire. I love Bill and Ted.
I love Bogus Journey. It's great.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the restorations for him as well. They're coming out soon. What else we got? Blood Feast by Herschel Gordon Lewis as a guilty pleasure. I've not actually seen any. What do you think? Have you seen that one, Graham?
Yes. It's. I don't know if it would say guilty pleasure. It's not the best movie, but taking it when it came out and what it did for that kind of gore genre, I think is a kind of grandfather movie.
Yeah, I know its resonance is important for horror in general, anyway, isn't it? Like,
definitely.
Yeah, I can't remember what film I saw recently, and Blood Feast was in the film. Oh, it was in the John Waters film.
Serial Mum.
Serial Mum, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I like that one as well. It was good fun. Ugly with Two Eyes. I liked Resurrection, actually. It wasn't great, but it's still far better than Prometheus and Covenant. Well, Prometheus is a great film. Far, far better. And the first AVP is actually my guilty pleasure. The second one was shit. However, the first one ain't bad, but yeah, I agree.
Paul Anderson again.
This is a reoccurring theme tonight. Dimitri, Prometheus is great in my opinion. Never understood the hate it got. Neither do I, my friend. I will never understand the hate that Prometheus got. I think it's great. Do you guys like Prometheus?
Yeah, I like Prometheus.
I don't like
Covenant. Yeah. I think the best thing about Covenant I liked was Danny McBride.
Yeah.
I don't know why. He was hilarious.
I like Danny McBride. There's something about him. He's just
even in Tropic Thunder, you know, when he like big old titties, just explosions everywhere. What a line. But yeah, no, I never understood it. Right, Graham, what have you got next?
I've got another 90s movie. This one was back when everybody was terrified of technology, and we needed a movie that was going to show us all the wonders that the internet had, and that movie was Hackers. Careful, Dion. Swallow.
Anyway,
Hackers
sorry.
is wonderfully bonkers, and its depictions of the internet are truly wonderful, abstract nonsense. It got a release last year on Blu-ray, and it was terrific revisiting it. The style, the language, the actors, the fact that it's just so goddamn entertaining. Terrific movie.
Wow, yeah. I've got a soft spot for Hackers. Even just like Angelina Jolie and what's his name?
Johnny Lee Miller.
Johnny Lee Miller. Damn, what a combination. But
they were married, weren't they?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's well, as Dimitri just said, it is trash-tastic. It's like if you show that film in like 100 years' time of what people interpreted the internet to be, people will just be like, people might find it to be a comedy. It's.
I think
Actually,
Fisher Stevens is the bad guy. He's just horrific.
How is Fisher Stevens a bad guy? I mean, it's
just going from Short Circuit 2 to that is just
yeah.
I think Hackers and Johnny Mnemonic would be a great double feature.
I love Johnny Mnemonic.
I've grown to like him.
Dolph Lundgren is just
as the pastor, yeah. And then for me, I think the dolphin. Once the dolphin comes in, it just breaks me every time. And then Keanu gets some really bad lines in that film. It's like, I want to be in an expensive hotel, not living like poor people. It's just some stupid lines in it. But yeah, I when I think of Hackers, I think of that one as well. I don't know why, but because they're around the same time period as well, I think, aren't they? So
it's got that kind of wacky techno score again.
Yeah,
it sticks out like a sore thumb, but it's just so fitting.
What we got here? Dimitri says yes, Hackers trashtastic. Then Eric Peter says, I managed to avoid ever seeing Hackers, if only because deep down I know it can never top Double Dragon movie. Oh yeah, I want room service is what Keanu yells in that movie. What's Double Dragon?
It was based on a computer game, wasn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay. Damn, we have gone down some cheesy lines today. Bag Boy Lover Boy was a good low budget pleasure recently. Bag Boy Lover Boy, what the hell is that? This is not like a milking cow film, all right?
Oh god.
Oh, okay, it's a horror. I think it's a horror. Holy shit.
Bag Boy Lover Boy.
Yeah, so it's called An Oddball Hot Dog Vendor is shocked to find himself becoming an enigmatic photographer's muse, and he finds out how difficult it is to succeed in the art world. And then you go to the images, and you're like, yeah, I'm checking this out. It was a Fantasia film, 2014. Damn. It was also nominated for a few horror awards. Okay, right. Bag Boy Lover Boy is going on the list. Official. That's on bonkers. People's movies. I didn't say it first. Milking Cow. Oh god, this time. But there's that Butt movie Graham reviewed a few weeks ago. Butt movie.
Yeah, Butt Boy.
Butt Boy.
Oh, I saw that you. Yeah, I.
Yeah.
What's the general consensus on it?
It's basically about a guy that he's the most mundane man living. His life's just repetitive and there's nothing exciting. He goes to the doctors for a prostate exam and discovers that he quite likes the feeling of things going up his butt. So he starts he starts off small and discovers that the things go in there don't come back out, and ultimately moves up to various missing people round about the neighbourhood that we are to assume are paying a visit up his rectum. And there is a detective on his case, and in the final third of the movie, it goes really weird, and they end up inside his rectum trying to escape.
Wow. Now that's cinema.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Were we talking about what it would be like a film that would have been set inside a woman's vagina? Now we're talking about a film that was actually set in a man's.
That was Nicholas Winding Refn said that, not us.
Yeah. Fucking hell. guilty pleasures.
Cookbook says any Albert Pune movies are pure guilty pleasures. Nemesis, especially, is one that I always go back to for pure rewatch value.
Cyborg is amazing. That was originally designed to be Masters of the Universe 2.
Was it?
Yep.
Damn. Eric talks about Gods of Egypt is a good guilty pleasure film. The one with Gerard Butler, fucking hell, I thought that was garbage. I just don't connect with. I don't connect with Gerard Butler. It's just that's my problem.
Understandable.
Yeah. Does he bring shame to the Scottish nation, Graham?
Yeah, he does. Like, I think that the last time I seen a trailer, I was in the cinema, and this movie comes up. It's like a typical submarine one, and I thought that looks interesting enough. I'll go and see that. And then Butler appeared, and I audibly just said, "Oh fuck!" and I didn't realise it. I said it as loud as what I did, and the cinema just started laughing, and I think everybody was on the same page. I never watched it.
Peter says Hell Comes to Frogtown is a great guilty pleasure film. I would agree. It is a good one. You remember when that Blu-ray was going for like over £100 because it was like limited print on Arrow back in the day? No, before, because they reprinted Hell Comes to Frogtown, didn't they? But before, there was only like a limited amount of it, so it was a really expensive. And then when they re-released it, the value went down.
I love it.
That was quite a few years ago. But yeah, crazy, man, absolutely crazy. Not even for a good film. So yeah. Has anyone seen Young Warriors, aka The Graduates of Malibu High? A great 80s frat boy action cheese fest with a surprisingly downbeat ending. It gave me nightmares when I was a kid. I've never heard of that film. No. Although in my dreams it also had vampires. Okay. I'll tell you one thing in the 90s that used to give me nightmares. Did either of you play the Simpsons video game with the aliens?
Yes.
I think it was, yeah. It used to freak me out. The one with Kang and Kodos, but aliens take over Springfield. Freaked me out as a kid. I had nightmares for weeks for that.
What console was that on?
I think it was on Nintendo. I think. Must have been.
I get like flashback memories to this now.
It was called. Oh God, there it is.
Green Rods.
Yeah, it's called The Simpsons Bat versus Space Mutants. Yeah, and it was. Yeah. Oh my God. And it came out for the original Nintendo. Fuck yeah! I don't know how I had nightmares with it. It was such a basic game, but it used to freak me out so much as a kid. Anyway, right. So it's me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember it? Yeah. Yeah. It was a weird game, very weird game. But I know you can play. You can play it online, but you have to like spray. Bat had a spray can, and then you had to spray the aliens. Yeah. It was a weird game, man. Absolutely weird game. But yeah. Anyway, my next choice. I don't know what to go for. I've got so many films to pick from. Do you know what? I'm going to go for it. We'll have another Zack Snyder film. I'm going for Justice League. Okay? Right. I don't think it is a bad film. I think for what you expect from the film, it has a narrative structure that is kind of pointless, but it's entertaining. And unfortunately, Joss Whedon kind of fucked things over with his cheesiness, even though I do like Joss Whedon. Well, not from what I've been hearing about him recently, but still. But what I enjoy about the film, it is just standard affair.
I kind of like the chemistry between everybody. I'm entertained. I have watched it. According to my letterbox, I've watched it 8 times since it's come out on from the cinema. I just don't. I understand why people hate it, but I like it. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm assuming you guys hate it.
No, I was kind of almost ambivalent about it.
Yeah.
But I feel that way a lot about super movies in general. But
yeah,
there was bits I liked about it and bits I didn't. I'm really interested to see the Snyder cut. I hope it's good.
Well, if Ben Affleck's coming back for reshoots, I'm hoping for good things. It's going to be very interesting.
It's not finished yet.
Well, it's finished, but it's just like this. I think that they're just adding like bits to it. Obviously, Darkseid is the actual villain, not Steppenwolf. So Darkseid's coming into it as well. It could be like up to 4 hours. They're thinking. I don't know if that's true, but
because I think Snyder done it justice. But the director's cut was far superior.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I was going to put Batman vs Superman, but I think I've kind of lost energy defending that film. But I think it's a very good piece of film in general. But
how good is the Batman in it? In Batman vs Superman,
I think Affleck is a very good Batman in general. Anyway,
I think he's the perfect as Batman. I think he's the perfect Batman because he's a proper vigilante. Because Batman is a vigilante. I mean, he's proper smashing people up, which we never see.
Yeah, it is bizarre, but I think this is what, in a weird way, I'm actually intrigued to see what Matt Reeves does with Robert Pattinson. Because obviously the story's eyes more of a detective kind of film rather than what Snyder did. But I think if you read Batman comics between like 80s and 90s, when like Frank Miller, for example, had Batman and the Helm, it was a lot grittier, it was a lot darker, and that's the Batman I like. I prefer Batman in that kind of setting more than like. Don't get me wrong, I like the Nolan films, but I prefer Snyder's interpretation of Batman because that's how I see Batman.
Yeah.
And I think the issue with Justice League really is that they don't really balance it out that well with him. So I think it was a bit too much. I think the problem with the studio with that film was that they wanted to go down the Marvel ha road where it wasn't necessary. I think you have the Flash in it, which is enough comic relief anyway, because the Flash is technically quite a whimsical character anyway. So why do you need to make the rest of your cast to be humorous also when you just have that person? And then you've got the cool guy, which is Aquaman, got Gal Gadot, who is a fucking beast anyway. I fucking love that woman. But yeah, I don't know. I think people over exaggerated with Justice League, saying it was worse than anything else that they'd ever seen.
Yeah.
Very similar to the last film I will be discussing, but still, yeah, Justice League is a good in my eyes anyway. Kuckerberg says Office Space has always been a low key fave of mine. I think Office Space is has got a good like indie following though. Always referenced, I think. But yeah, for me, I just don't revisit it enough. I don't know about you guys, but it's been a while since I watched it last.
Yeah, I watch it every couple of years. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's very quotable as well. But yeah, Nazarene Prod, but no love for Batman vs Superman. Hey, we just gave it a lot of love. Eric says, I don't like Reeves as a director. His Planet of the Apes movies were boring. I like the first of the set, but the other two are okay. But I thought it was promising. What do you guys think of the new Planet of the Apes ones?
Yeah, I think they're good. Yeah, I like the second one.
I wasn't so hot. I thought War wasn't. It was okay, but now I'm intrigued to see what he does with Batman. But I did. Did you know? I didn't know that Matt Reeves is best friends with J.J. Abrams either. They've been friends for years, and like they've come into TV and film together also. Because they did. What's the name of that show? That is it. Felicity that J.J. Abrams made originally. They worked together on it. So yeah. People's Movies. Miller was my favorite Batman era. Read The Shadow of the Bat comic book. Very good. I think, like, obviously Dark Knight Returns is a cliche choice, but Dark Knight Returns is like one of the most prominent Batman comics out there. And obviously it's a big influence on Batman vs Superman anyway. Airheads also with Buscemi. Good old Airheads. I haven't seen that one in a while either. We've got Andre saying I liked more Batman vs Superman. Both are okay, but not great. But Ben Affleck is the best Batman. I think so too. Shame he's not going to make more, but it's never going to happen. He's too big.
His Batman. His Batman is really good. I didn't really like his Bruce Wayne so much, but yeah, as Batman, he's really good.
Because that's the other one as well. He's going on with Anna de Armas at the moment, isn't he? Lucky sod.
Who?
Anna de Armas. She's from Blade Runner 204. Yeah, Ben Affleck's dating her right now. Ugly the Three Wise. How about Coneheads with Dan Aykroyd? I only remember bits and pieces of it, but I think it was a strange film. It's a strange film, but I like it.
Yeah,
it's goofy. Yeah, very goofy film. Isn't Coneheads based on an SNL show as well?
Yeah, he's got loads of SNL like actors and comedians.
Yeah. Right, Huss, what have you got at number 5 then?
Okay, my last choice, well, my 5th choice is Living Daylights, James Bond movie. Because I think that movie gets ripped. Well, Timothy Dalton gets ripped all the time, being like the worst James Bond. I think he's the best James Bond. He's darker. He was very cynical, and it's really cool because it's set during that Cold War. We have and it's also got it's also got the whole thing with the pipelines going through from Russia, Afghanistan. You've got the jihadis in there who, for some reason, they make them out to be good guys. You never see jihadis as good guys. It's just Timothy Dalton in this movie. He just really makes the movie, and he's such an underrated, extremely underrated Bond. But he was after Roger Moore, who I don't really like as James Bond. I like Roger Moore. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he was a great Bond at all. Yeah.
I never liked Roger Moore either, but I'm a Sean Connery kind of guy. But I know what you mean. I don't think the world was ready for that Bond back in the late 80s. And I think really they've kind of used that whole idea of Bond and put it into Daniel Craig's interpretation of Bond, I think. And I think obviously this era was more ready for a grittier, more realistic Bond. Because I think that's the problem with the Pierce Brosnan ones, is that they kind of slowly go back into the wackiness a little bit.
Yeah, it was Roger Moore again.
Yeah. Even though I do enjoy the Pierce Brosnan Bonds also, but yeah, I know what you mean. Also, like I said, Timothy Dalton is from my area, so we've got to represent. So yeah, even though I don't think he's ever come back to North Wales ever since he was famous, but that I know of. But yeah, what we got here? Dolan is my favorite Bond, says Nazrin Prod. I really enjoyed The Living Daylights as well. Weak final villain, but there was plenty of positives. Daisuke should be here for this. Dolan is also my favorite Bond, although License to Kill is my jam. Stop getting Bond wrong, LMAO partridge pants. Pretty progressive for a Bond film. Carrie Lowell saves the incompetent ass a couple of times. What is your favorite Bond then? Like, both of you. You get to pick one.
Actor or movie?
What?
Movie, not actor. Well, you can pick actor as well. Go for it. Treat yourself.
Favorite what?
Favorite Bond
What?
and your favorite movie Bond and your favorite actor's Bond.
Yeah, actor's
Timothy
Connery.
Dalton.
Connery.
Timothy Dalton. Movie, I would go for Casino Royale.
Yeah, I think I'd go for Casino Royale.
Would you?
Yeah, I mean, the movie shouldn't work. It's got, is it 5 acts? It just
Yeah.
we just keep ramping, and there's so much high energy and octane, and yeah, I really do like that. I still have an affinity for like, the older ones as well. I do quite like them as well, but modern sensibilities.
I'm a Goldfinger fan. I'm a massive fan of Goldfinger. I think it's like, I would say probably it's the first Bond I ever watched, and I just fell in love with it. I love the villain. I love the idea of it. I think it's a very well executed film. I think it's Connery's best Bond also. But weirdly enough, like I still in the back of my head, I like Connery. He's like a staple Bond for me. But I have a soft spot for Pierce Brosnan as James Bond. I don't know why. I just do.
I think Brosnan was a great Bond who never got a decent script.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. That's the problem. Like GoldenEye is like, I think it's the best of the Brosnan Bonds. But I think he perfectly encapsulates James Bond. I think
that last one he did is the worst Bond movie. I think
is
The world is
that
not
Die
enough.
Another Day. The world is not enough. Oh God.
no, not the world is not. No. Die Another
Is it
Day.
Die Another Day? Yeah, it is Die Another Day. And it's got
That's
the worst Bond song also.
Yeah, but that guy goes from being part of the Chinese army to being this English gentleman where he changes his face. That's just what it's all about.
It was bonkers. Absolute bonkers. Isn't that Rosamund Pike in that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. God. Bad movie. Andre says Connery is my favorite Bond, and From Russia with Love is my favorite Bond film. That has a good Bond also. Yeah, Eric says GoldenEye is a good one. Gerard Butler is in Tomorrow Never Dies. Fuck. Is this like Gerard Butler hour?
Is he really?
That wouldn't shock me. Brosnan's best part in Mars Attacks. I love Pierce Brosnan in Mars Attacks. Pierce Brosnan in general he's a king. Pierce Brosnan in Eurovision, the movie, even as an Icelandic fisherman who hates his son for wanting to be a Eurovision singer. Love it. He's a handsome bastard.
Gerald Butler is in Die Another Day.
There you go.
Plays a seaman.
A seaman, you say? Damn. Seaman Butler. Oh God. Anyway, Graham, what's your last choice?
I'm in two minds because it's to go with Stallone or Schwarzenegger here.
Is it twins?
No, nope. I think I'm going to go with Stallone and go with Demolition Man.
Wow. Okay.
Which is a movie that has all these things that just shouldn't work together. But then it has Wesley Snipes, who just imbues this film with such a colourful sense and a great bad guy. I think Stallone is actually quite good in it as well because he's playing completely like for type. He's supposed to be that fish out of water, that antiquated sledgehammer. I think the movie's just like ridiculously funny, but like I said, in the latter half, it gets really weird because it becomes like almost an advert for various food companies and
Taco Bells.
yeah, and what's the guy that always goes rants? I forget his name now.
Which one?
He appears later on as like the leader of the resistance.
Edgar Friendly.
No, I'm gonna have to look it up.
The actor.
It's going to annoy me.
The character's name is Edgar Friendly. I remember that.
Yeah, possibly.
Dennis Leary.
That's the one. Yes, like he was synonymous in the 90s for doing these like comedic kind of rants while chain smoking.
Yeah.
They do it in the movie, and it just feels as if it's just totally out of place and just pointless. But again, Wesley Snipes, who just knows exactly the kind of movie he's in, chewing the scenery, having a whale of a time, and every time he's on screen, it's just wonderful.
No, it is a special. Demolition Man's I got a soft spot for that film.
Yeah.
Again, it's like I don't know. Do you get like weird hints of like Judge Dredd, like Stallone's Judge Dredd in that film also?
Yeah.
Just the way that it's just like executed and stuff like that. But yeah, it's such an early 90s kind of movie as well.
Because they both got Rob Schneider in them as well, don't they?
But this one's got Sandy B.
Yes, and that really horrible sex scene.
Oh god, what a movie! What a movie! That's a good choice. Yeah,
these theories about
so good
about Stallone being Bullock's father as well. Like all these fan theories.
There's like I think Demolition Man's had a bit of a resurrection recently because I've noticed like a lot more people talking about it and a lot more people like logging it online and stuff. I don't really know why, but
right.
But it's just one of those films. But yeah. It's so good. It's one of those like VHS classics for me as well. I remember like having the VHS of that one. It's just such an easy watch as well. But the Snipes is so good in that film.
I remember seeing that at the cinema.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was one of those like it was like a big massive cinema, and you could pay to go in, and then you could just kind of like duck into other cinemas and see films. You buy like one ticket, and you'd like spend like 6 to 8 hours there, just watching random movies. Because I remember seeing that and Hard Target.
Hard Target.
Wow.
Which I love.
Wow.
So.
Amazing. Marvel Fan 45 is back. Welcome back, Marvel Fan 45. Nazarene Prod says Demolition Man is a class choice. Fun script by Daniel Waters, who wrote Heathers. Oh, really?
Huh.
I did not know that. Then Andre says Dennis Leary, Kuckerberg, Cobra, Demolition Man, and Tango and Cash. Great triple bill. That sounds like a good triple bill.
Tango and Cash.
Eric says the 3 seashells.
It's the bathroom thing in Demolition Man.
Yeah, because they don't have toilet paper, they use the 3 seashells.
Yeah, I remember now. Malfan, welcome back. House movies, all 4 of them are awesome guilty pleasures. I've never seen any of the House films. Have you watched them, Graham?
Yes, they're all very different and loosely connected. When I was a kid, I used to love the second one, but then watching them when I was an adult, it really just it was horrible. I don't think I particularly like any of them.
Have you got the Arrow box set? Have you?
Yeah.
I've always ummed and ahed about that set for a while, just so I can give him a go, but I don't know. Ugliness wise, Demolition Man was a super fun, by the way. I rewatched Cliffhanger and Rambo 3 recently, and I confirmed that Cliffhanger is more entertaining than of the two. Dimitri, Van Helsing is a film I dare not mention often, but I would. I hold it near and dear anyway, similar to the Underworld films. Van Helsing, I love Van Helsing. I think it's such a cheesy watch. Jared Butler, Kate Beckinsale. Jared Butler, oh my god. Hugh Jackman and Kate Beckinsale. Vampires. That's all
I've not seen that since it was released.
Seriously, we watch it quite often here in my house, but I love it. It's always on Netflix. It's a good watch, but also the same Underworld films. I love all the Underworld movies.
I've only seen the first two.
The last one is Blood Wars. Is terrible, but I just watch them anyway. It still baffles me that Kate Beckinsale was married to Michael Sheen. Never understood that. Love is a fickle mistress, as they say. Kuckerberg, the first Arrow edition of House goes for about 150 online now, but luckily there is a second print of it, so it's okay. Just because it doesn't have a booklet doesn't mean it's still going to be good. Nazarene Prod, I saw Van Helsing in the cinema with a horrible hangover. Quite an experience. I can imagine it was quite an experience with a hangover. Ugly Lifting Wise, yes, Van Helsing was fun. Also, the third Underworld film. Rise of the Lycans is a good prequel movie. Definitely. Eric says, I think the first Underworld was a good story. I think the whole thing is interesting. Dimitri used to watch Van Helsing every Christmas as a kid. It was a weird tradition-like experience. Van Helsing at Christmas is an interesting choice. But yeah, Ugly Lifting Wise, I've only seen the third. Watch them all. Scalpers are taking the piss on the first run of Quaiden Eureka set at the moment on eBay. Someone had one up for 180 quid. Ridiculous, the amount of greed from eBay now.
I think it's going to sell.
I don't think anybody. I think I don't know. I can see people maybe going up to maybe like 50 quid on it, but I don't think anybody would go higher than 50. I don't understand why people even put them up at that price. It's like that Videodrome's like 300 on eBay.
The re-release for Quaiden is only missing like about 20 pages of the booklet in the hard case.
Oh, really?
Yes, you're not missing much.
I think if you're a Masters of Cinema collector, you would have got the box set in the first run anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anybody that doesn't have it now would need it, I guess.
Yeah, I know Stiff Kittens, if he's still there, he's desperate to get a hold of it. He's
not got it.
Still not got it.
I bought mine on the second day it was out on Amazon because everybody was annoyed. I was annoyed that everybody was like going through, and I was like, okay, I'll get it. But Quaiden's great. I think it's a very good film. But I just don't understand prices. I don't understand how these prices can be so influx like that. Like I said, 300 quid for Videodrome Arrow box set is crazy. You know, some guy sold it to me for 50 quid, which I was happy to pay, even though I sold mine for about 50 quid probably. It is what it is. What we got here? Marvel fan, I'm spending a ton to get on the Silver Globe. How much is that going for? The DVD edition of Quaiden was also nice and looks significantly different. Well, I've noticed that more people are selling the Criterion of Quaiden now to get the Eureka version of Quaiden. So, yeah. Blu-ray market is ridiculous, slowly reaching hype clothes culture levels of scalping. I think it's been like that for a while, though. Like, well, look at Memories of Murder. That was the classic case, really. You know, £300-400 for a Blu-ray. Is any Blu-ray really worth that much money? No, it's not. But that's how it's going to work. It's exactly like the Friday the 13th tin set. You know, as we said at the beginning, it was going for like 200-300 quid. But now because there's a new set, its value's gone down. So
You know, Eureka released the Lake Miyaguchi box set. That goes for like 600 quid on
Yeah.
eBay. That's disgusting.
Somebody sold it for like 200 quid on that Cult Cinema Collectors page recently. So that's a fairer price than 600.
Yeah.
So yeah. Eric has also pre-ordered the Friday the 13th set. I'm just waiting for a 10 set to go down to £25, and then I'll make my move. Don't need the new set. I'm fine. I think I would buy the Halloween box set though. I would love to own that one because I am more of a Halloween fan than I am a Friday the 13th. But do you have it, Graham? Oh no.
No, I mean, I'm not a big Halloween fan. I like the first and the third, and H2O and the recent one. But like of the big three, Jason's my guy. So.
Oh, the big three. Okay. I don't know. I like. Yeah. I like my Nightmare on Elm Street as well. Though I don't know. It's hard to pick, but Friday the 13th is my least favorite. But yeah. Ugly Enough to Be Wise. Air Doll was pushed back again. Meanwhile, my Japanese import arrived. Yay. There was an update earlier in the chat if you want to go up. We've got I Love You Daddy, says Nisa.
She's banging on the bloody door. She's trying to wind me up.
Because she, well, you know.
She should be in bed now. Yeah.
Eric, Halloween set is going for $600, $1,000 on eBay. I bought one used recently, but still had to use a gift certificate to get the price down. Some guy was selling it on a Facebook page for like 200 quid, and then I was like, do I? But I didn't go for it. But I'm sure there'll be another Halloween set at some point. Anyway. Yeah. Right, I'll finish the list and then we can do the rest. Right, so my last choice, as some of you may know, is Cats from 2019. I think one of the most underestimated films of the last few years. I think it is a very entertaining film full of weird, wondrous things, including buttholes once the butthole cut comes out. If you don't know what Cats is, basically it is about cats deciding who goes to cat heaven through a giant air balloon that takes them up to the sky, and basically they burn. And then everybody has to do a sing song about it, and it's magical. The only downside to this film is James Corden. I fucking hate James Corden with a passion.
I hate James Corden.
Yeah, he is the worst representative for the United Kingdom that you can think of. I think other people do better jobs, but I hate James Corden more than I hate Hitler. No, I don't. But still, James Corden is I just despise him. But anyway,
yeah,
Cats is a cool musical, and as I've said it so many times now, I generally do think that this is going to have one of those weird cult followings that everybody's going to bandwagon on one day, and then they're going to be going to screenings of cats dressed up as cats in leotards, and it's just going to be fucking weird. Yeah, so that is my discussion of Cats. Does anybody want to talk about Cats?
I've not seen it.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
Not even morbid curiosity can drag me to see that.
No, when I saw the trailer, I just thought it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The trailer. And this is someone who watches like Keshi Miike and Shion Sono. That was fucking weird.
That's the thing. It is really weird, bizarre, like cinema. That's the. It just doesn't feel natural. But I saw it in the cinema 3 times, and every time I watched it, it was just a cool cinematic experience where people were either laughing, people were dancing, or people were singing. It's just one of those films that I think is a lot better than what people say, even though I've heard very nasty things about Tom Hooper and how much he was like pushing his production teams to get the film done and everything like that. I've heard it's a bit of a nightmare, but it's definitely one of those that's going to go down in cinematic history as one of the biggest disasters in like Hollywood in the Hollywood system. I think
didn't they not finish the CGI? They didn't finish the CGI, did they? Like the
no,
hands
because
are
you can
just
see
like
that you can see the hands. You can see Judi Dench's wedding ring in one of them. They didn't cut it out. As mentioned before, originally you can see the cat's anuses in the original cut of the film, and now people are asking for the butthole cut, it's called. But yeah, it is very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. Marvel Fan 45, see, James Corden's cat ruined it for me. Exactly. People's movies, cats, oh, mammies and daddy, shoot me now. Dimitri, well, of course, letting rip a fart is funnier than James Corden. God. Release the butthole cut. I will defend your choice even if no one else will. I know you will. We need to do a collab video about it. That's what we need to do here. Nobody understands our love for cats, but it's fine. Glenn is when will we finally get the Smurfs live action film? One that is not a porn flick. Oh man, I would be freaked out by a human. Well, even though there is a human version of Smurfs, but it's still, well, I mean, not human.
If you think about the cast of Cats, you've got what? Judi Dench, Idris Elba, Ian McKellen, Ray Winston, Taylor Swift,
Jason Derulo,
Rebel Wilson, James Corden, Jason Derulo.
Yeah,
I mean it's quite a crazy cast.
Yeah. As Mal will point out, also you should watch the musical itself. I've been to see it on the stage, and I will tell you one thing: it is freaking weird. Like these cat people walk down the stairs, and they literally gyrate their crotches in your face. There is no, it's a hypersexual film, but yeah, it is bonkers. But yeah. Anyway, cats. I'll shut up now. Honorable mentions, anybody?
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
I've got Rampant, the Korean zombie movie. I've got Crazy Rich Asians. Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Sukiyaki, Western Django, and Terraformers. Does anyone want to?
What?
Does anyone see anything about my list? I know it's a bit weird, like Crazy Rich Asians, but it's just so delightful.
I don't think it's a guilty pleasure, though. I think it's just a standout movie.
Did you think? Did you like it?
It was well. It's very well received.
Okay.
It's one of the best reviewed films that year. Also.
Really?
Yeah. It did really well.
No one I spoke to didn't like it.
Because they're not normies.
Wow.
I don't know. Nah, I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a good film. Eric says I refuse to accept Terraformers. The movie is dumpster juice.
It's a fun movie. The insect aliens look just so weird. I mean, it's not great, but I always have a bit of fun with that movie whenever I see it.
Right then, Graham, what are your choices?
I'll go with Last Action Hero, Meet the Applegates, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, and
nice.
I like that one.
And I'll throw in a little subgenre that I mentioned earlier. Like, I quite like teenage sex comedies, like American Pie, Van Wilder, Road Trip, Ski School. All those kind of things are my kind of catnip, comfort movies. Like no characterization, no real plot, just funny situations one after another, which I kind of like. So yeah, have you heard of Meet the Applegates?
No, what is that?
It was like an early 90s movie where basically the Amazon was getting destroyed, and these gigantic cockroach type things who could disguise themselves as humans came to the civilized world to try and stop them from encroaching. And it was kind of weird, funny, black comedy, different, really hard to get a hold of now, but quite interesting.
Okay, interesting. Cookabig says Meet the Applegates was traumatic as a kid. Eurotrip, I died laughing when Scotty Doesn't Know started playing in the event. I love Eurotrip. That is a classic teen comedy. Have you ever seen Beer Fest as well? Beer Fest is another one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. Nah, that was a good era. Van Wilder though, Patty Liaison, top.
I would say out of all those kind of like teen sex comedy type movies, my favorite is Eurotrip by far.
Eurotrip is brilliant.
Yes,
absolutely brilliant. I would go Eurotrip, and then I like Old School quite a bit as well.
Yes.
Old School's brilliant.
Yeah. And then Road Trip with Tom Green in it as well.
Yeah, I watched
with the mouse.
Yeah.
Have you come for the feeding?
I watched Old School last year, and it still holds up. You know, it's just just so funny. The line delivery and the song when they're at the wedding and they've got the band that swear.
Yeah. Oh man. It was a good flow. They're good flow films as well. Like they're just very typical teen films, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Freddy Got Fingered though. LOL. Freddy Got Fingered is in my special mentions. I think Freddy Got Fingered is fucking hilarious. I love Tom Green in general, but
it's so odd. Like the bit with Rip Torn and the elephant at the end. It's just and having the umbilical cord sellotape to his stomach. It's just.
It's. I think one of my favorite scenes is when he's Scuba Steve and he's like, "Look, Dad, I found a treasure," just in full scuba gear in the shower. Oh man! And then obviously, Daddy, would you like some sausages? Just for the piano. Did you ever used to watch the Tom Green show on MTV? Serious to God, it's one of my favorite things I've ever watched in my life. Like, he's been through a lot in his life. Like, he even did a documentary about him having testicular cancer, and like they did like a 1 hour documentary of like him learning about it. But Tom Green, like after he got his testicle pulled out, he was just like poking it and stuff, and he was like, he was willing to eat his cancerous testicle. He didn't do it, but I love Tom. He was married to Drew Barrymore also.
Yeah, I think because of his testicular cancer, it sort of broke up their marriage.
Yeah,
didn't it, or something?
What a guy. Cook says, how long before Arrow puts out Freddy Got Fingered? Lol, they probably would. I've seen like mock-ups of Freddy Got Fingered as a Criterion collection even. So
wow.
It is. I think that's one of the perfect like epitomes of good bad film. And obviously, what was the name of the cartoon in it? Zebras in America? Oh, man, what a movie. Marvel Fan 45, all the Fast and Furious films are guilty pleasures for me. They are all the same movie, but the acting is bad and the movies are so insane you can't not have a good time. Fast 5 is my favorite though. Like, I love Fast 5. That's the best
one in Brazil.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's well made.
Exactly. And that's The Rock and Gal Gadot.
That's when it turned into like a caper movie, isn't it?
Yeah, that's when it got better. Yeah.
The last one's the one where The Rock punched a torpedo, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Of course.
Team America 2 by the South Park guys, so NPC at the time. Team America, the brilliant.
Yeah, I see Peter saying
Referencing
there about,
cats.
Peter mentions Club Dread. Has anybody seen that?
No, what's Club Dread?
That's from the
Broken
makers
Wizard
of.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
The
It's
guy-
really good as well.
It's like a slasher comedy from the guys that did Super Troopers and Beerfest. And,
Oh, seriously?
but those guys, if you're looking for their best movie, it's Slammin' Salmon.
Slamming
Slam.
salmon.
Yes, it's wonderful.
Fuck. Okay.
Salmon, as in the fish.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Club Dread is on my list now. Slamming salmon.
It's so fun. Michael Clark Duncan's in it. He's great in it as well.
Seriously. Nice. Well, Cannibal the Musical, all done by the South Park guys. Oh, yeah. Cannibal the Musical is really funny. Like I think Trey Parker and Matt Stone are like very good writers anyway. Like even in Basketball.
I saw
Another
that
good
last
one.
night.
Yeah. Oh, love it.
It's so
And then
funny.
you got Orgasmo is another good film by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. And if nobody's seen Book of Mormon, like the theatre, fucking go watch it, man. It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're making a film out of it also, but yeah. Andre says Snake Eyes is a good one. Nicolas Cage. Not seen Snake Eyes in ages.
Yeah. I remember. I think the start is really good. I think they try and do it as like a one shot almost for the first 20 minutes or so.
Toxic Avenger, Terraformer from Trauma, Terra Firma from Trauma, Poltergeist was hilarious. Poltergeist. Tell me more.
I think it's all there in the title. Oh man, Police Academy.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Love
Apart from that one in Russia.
Yeah, part 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Mission in Moscow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Police Academy movies are terrific.
Yeah, even the animated show. Do you ever remember the animated show for it? Yeah, that was good. Oh, Marvel, you have seen Book of Mormon, like, exactly. Hasadiga Ibowai to you also, my friend. Brilliant. Oh yeah, so my honorable mentions. Lake Placid is one of them. The Room, Piranha 3D, Plan 9 from Outer Space, Halloween Resurrection, Jingle All the Way, Mean Girls, The Good Girl, since I mentioned it already, Keeping Up with the Joneses, Little Nicky, Suicide Squad, BFest, and then obviously we mentioned Freddy Got Fingered. Those are my picks. Sleepaway Camp 3. Well, Sleepaway Camp 3 is freaking awful. I like the second one.
I like the second and third.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
I like the way that they just like spoof at the horror films in the second one.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good. Mm-hmm. I'm getting. I sold my slasher Blu-ray of that because it's quite hard to get hold of these days.
Wow.
That's my own fault. Absolutely my own fault. Double Team with Van Damme and Rodman. I'd never seen that one.
Yeah. Was Hark? Is that Hark that did that one? No?
1997.
I'm trying to think. Was it Lamb or Hawk?
I can't remember.
Hark.
Was it?
Yeah.
Sure, Hark.
Yeah. Sure, Hawk.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome.
This is it. I didn't even know that Dennis Rodman made a film with Van Damme. So then also Rodman was still a major NBA star at that point also. Mm-hmm. So, well, tonight was a random conversation. Paul W.S. Anderson. We've had Jared Butler, Nicholas Winding Refn, Vaginas, Testicles, Freddy Got Fingered.
Has anybody seen the movie Rad?
Rad?
Yes.
It rings a bell, but I've not seen it.
Rad. B-R-A-D.
Yes. R-A-D. as in radical, rad?
No.
No. It was kind of
The
sold to
BMX
me
ones.
yes, as Karate Kid on BMX.
Nice.
And I watched it this week, and it was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. So cheap, I almost made my list, but the soundtrack in it it's exactly what you think of when you think of the 80s. It's just typical, and there's this one sequence in it where I was like, this is amazing, where they're having a school dance, and for no reason at all, two people start having like a dance in front of everybody on BMX bikes. It's in the trailer, and I was just like, that's me. I love this. Fantastic.
Okay, all right. I'll check it out. That sounds wild.
Yep.
Eric says Exorcist 2, Hudson Hawk, Jupiter Ascending, Traders Cat People, Spider-Man 3, Batman vs Superman since it was ignored, Warcraft, Popeye, Starship Troopers 3, and Star Trek 5. Guilty pleasures.
I love Hudson Hawk. I think that's amazing.
Never seen it.
Bruce
Willis is a crooning cat burglar.
Okay. Is that all I need to know?
That's all you need to know. Danny
Okay.
Aiello.
After one of Da Vinci's.
Yeah, it's all Da Vinci things in it, and there's like this covert bad guys run by James Coburn, and Richard E. Grant's the bad guy, and it's bonkers.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
We go see to his peacocks. Jeez.
Yeah.
We got. I know we had Mortal Kombat earlier, but what about Street Fighter? I really did not like Street Fighter. I didn't even enjoy it. Like as a, I can understand why people would like it, but it wasn't really. I mean, I think that was start of the time when I started falling out of love with Van Damme movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kylie Minogue as well, right?
Yeah, it was awful.
Why would you? It was really bad.
Because Van Damme was great in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
You know, like Bloodsport, Cyborg, Kickboxer. All those were tremendous movies.
Yeah. I mean, even what was it? Hard Target.
Oh yeah, great.
I think that's one of his best movies.
Yeah. It punches a snake. So no, how could it not be?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Van Damme punches a snake in Hard Target.
Yeah. Carlsberg mentioned Street Fighter. Van Damme film.
It's been a while since I watched that one as well. But Eric says Hudson Hawk is good fun.
It really is.
It is.
Time Cop was a guilty, but Time Cop is.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Has Showgirl's been mentioned yet? Well, we discussed it, but since it's been mentioned a few times, I decided not to have it in my list. But you should know how I feel about Showgirls.
Yeah.
Ugly Left to Wise says might have seen Rad as a kid when BMX films were everywhere, but I definitely know that school dance. It's amazing. It's on YouTube. Just search for Rosanna Waterfall, Fear of Tigers remix. Oh God, is it is there actually a physical edition of Rad, or is it just online?
Yeah, I've got it here.
Oh God, who's it from?
Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh my God, amazing. And in 4K as well. Fucking hell. Is the 4K good?
Honestly, Vinegar Syndrome do the best dancers I've ever seen. Jaw dropping of movies that shouldn't really get that kind of treatment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Vinegar Syndrome that did
Tammy,
yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've ordered it now anyway, so I look forward to watching it in its
I think you should do a reaction video of that dance sequence Dion. I'd like to see you do that.
Okay, I'll do it for you. I'm tempted to watch Rad now, but no, probably not. Dimitri says the new Timo movie, May the Devil Take You To, is supposedly coming out on Shudder soon. Weird how Netflix didn't pick up the sequel. I haven't even seen the first one. Have you seen it? Or
No, I've seen that.
is this one of these Dimitri things that only Dimitri knows about and hasn't told us yet? Maybe. 88 Films are releasing it. Is that the BMX film?
Double Team.
Oh, Double Team. Okay, my bad. Ugliness to Eyes, there was also that skate film with Nicole Kidman. Didn't she make it Nicole Kidman?
BMX Bandits.
BMX Bandits. Damn. 1983. Wow. Rad sold out already. Good luck finding it cheap.
Yeah.
God. 88 Films are doing a few Van Damme films at the moment.
Is that including
like
Street Fighter?
Yes.
They're releasing Street Fighter?
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. So the dance scene with the BMX bike, is it a 4-minute sequence?
I don't think it's long. There must be there's other dancing before it that's just ridiculous as well.
Right, okay. There's also a scene. Well, there's also a thing called Rad 25th Anniversary Screening, Uptown Theatre, Bicycle Boogie on stage. Oh my god. Okay, right. I'm saving myself for this. Saving it. Kuckerberg loved Kidman, loved her in Killing of Sacred Deer. She's very good in Killing of Sacred Deer. But 2017, she had a good year in general. Like, she was really good in The Big Isle as well, if you ask me. So, still, more people should join the Yorgos Lanthimos bandwagon. Great filmmaker, in my eyes. Anybody else got any more comments? Any more questions? I need to see Rad. I'm also sad my copy of Tammy and the T-Rex isn't going to arrive for another 2 weeks, but it's okay. I'll wait. But I'll have finished my work by then, so I can just watch it and just be like, this is fun. Watching Dogtooth soon, would you recommend? Dogtooth is a very good Lanthimos film, Marvel. Don't go into it reading anything. Just go watch it. It's absolutely bonkers. What else we got? Just picked up. No, sorry. So Kidman was in the BMX Bandits. Then I'm thinking of another actress in one of her early roles. I don't know. I just picked up The Favorite last week. Love Yorgos now. The Favorite is good, but the only thing you need to know about The Favorite, it's not written by his regular screenwriter. It's written by other people, so it's not as Lanthimosian. So, the Gamera set is delayed. Have they announced it over
17th
here?
of August.
Yeah.
What?
Well,
It's
I don't know if
August,
that's.
17th of August.
I haven't seen anything said it was delayed.
I've been looking forward to that set for ages. That's going to be one of the best releases of the year.
I'm looking forward to that one as well. Along with the Mike set that comes out on my birthday. What else we got? Dimitri, more people should join the Coppola Big Isle wagon. The film came and went without a trace. Yes, it is. Oh, right, okay. Eric says that it's out in August, but it should have come out earlier, which is true.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, it was meant to come out this month.
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Yeah. Hey, you've been demonetized now because he's just said coronavirus. We've got the Hodorowski set also next month, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully. Oh man, I've been waiting so long for that now. You've got it on pre-order as well, right, Graham?
I do, yeah. I don't know a thing about it. It's one of those filmmakers I'm unfamiliar with.
I think you'd like El Topo. I think El Topo's up your street. Holy Mountain is going to be an experience for you, though.
I'll give it a watch.
Yeah, it's an absolute blast, man. What we got? Cook a Big HMV overpriced now. They had the Courier de Family Values resale set for 45. It's literally £30 on the Arrow site. Seriously? What the wow.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yep.
Because they've got sorry?
Yeah, go on. No.
It's fine.
No. Just
Go.
Has anyone seen that Nazar Diskino release? They released what it's going to look like.
Right.
Nazar is like this big animated movie that came out in China. Yeah, it was the second highest grossing movie of last year in China, and it's getting this beautiful Diskino release. I've been getting like a lot of people sending me like pictures of it, and it just looks absolutely stunning. I know, like, probably a few people have got it pre-ordered in the chat. I know Premium Blu-ray's got it pre-ordered. Yeah, it's looks like it's going to be one of the best, biggest releases on Blu-ray this year. If the One Car Y one doesn't come out.
Exactly. Well, if Parasites came out, then surely that's coming through. I think Criterion's kind of like on the ball with their releases. They haven't
slowed down.
They haven't delayed anything. So, but yeah. What else we got? 10th of August is the release of the ultimate guilty pleasure film, Flash Gordon. Damn, that's going to be a good one. What else we got? What?
Timothy Dalton's brilliant in that film.
Yeah.
I think he's absolutely, he steals the show in that movie.
I know Flash Gordon's going back into the cinema as well. I would be tempted, but I don't think my cinemas are going to open up anytime soon. What else we got? Kookaburra's got the Hodorowski set on pre-order also. Marvel fan, Hodorowski set. Well, now my wallet's just going to be dead. I love his films. Definitely buying it now. I don't know if it's coming out in the US though. I think it's a region B. I don't know if there's a region A version of it from our. I'm not sure. I think it's region B locked. I think. Andres pre-ordered the Zana set also. Yeah. Flash Gordon was the first film I ever saw with Clash of the Titans. What a back-to-back. Fuck. I'm hoping it's the... Oh, man. Brian Blessed, what a man. How is he still alive?
Yeah.
Is the question. Like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Do you want to announce next week's choices already, Huss? What we're doing, since we decided this already?
Are we doing the Miike?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, we'll do a Miike top 5. Yeah.
No audition.
No audition though.
No audition.
Too obvious, isn't it?
Too obvious. It'll be fine. But yeah, Renee is going to be happy. But Renee is working, I think. That's why Renee is not here over the last few weeks. He's back in work, unfortunately. So yeah. Cop and a Half with Burt Reynolds is a guilty pleasure. I never even heard of Cop and a Half.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
Cop and a Half.
Is this like early Burt?
No, it's the early 90s. Burt Reynolds.
God.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh my God, there's a sequel also, but not with Burt Reynolds. It's called Cop and a Half, New Recruit. Why does the poster for Cop and a Half look similar to Kindergarten Cop?
Like same font and everything. But this one looks a little bit more adorable.
Directed by Henry Winkler.
Is it?
Yeah.
Hey. Henry Winkler is an Adam Sandler alumni also. I love him a lot, boy. Anyway, are we done? I don't know. Feels like we're done.
I think we're done.
I think we're done.
Nice early night for Friday.
Yeah. Kindergarten Cop 2, though. Let's not mention that one, lads. Dolph Lundgren again.
There was a sequel.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
With the Dolph.
It's only a few years ago.
Yeah. I think it's on Netflix, actually. Ugly Enough to Be Wise. August is going to be hard for me. Walkabout Delay, The Flash Gordon, Gamera, and Hodorowski. Yeah. Well, October's going to be even worse for some people.
I've already I've paid for both of my sets, Dawn of the Dead and Friday, so yeah.
How do so some people are saying they're not paying until October, so you can either pay in advance or you don't have to pay in advance then.
Yeah, you can just buy Amazon gift cards, accredit it to your account, and use that as your payment method.
Interesting.
So it gets it out of the way now rather than then.
Yeah.
And then when it ordered from... Sorry?
The orders for... No, it's fine.
When I ordered from Second Sight for Dawn, it was through PayPal, so they took the money straight away. So
yeah,
I see.
I've already paid for my Gamera set. So
with the Friday the 13th, though, were you expecting it, or was it actually a bit of a surprise?
No, I think they were kind of hinting that they were going to release something big. And then, so it kind of there was rumors on the forums and things saying that it was going to be that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't have it in Blu-ray, so
yeah,
it was a no-brainer. I was like, I'm getting that.
Most of the Friday the 13th are on Sky Movies because that's where I've like managed to watch most of them, except for the later ones.
Right? Have you seen them all? No.
Yeah, I've seen all the Friday the 13th. Yeah. But I'm still at Halloween. Yeah, I love Jason X though.
Yeah, it's great. There's a good movie to search out called Unmasked Part 25. Right, and it's a British movie, and it's kind of done it's a bit satirical regarding Friday the 13th, but it's probably one of the best Friday the 13th movies out there, where it's basically like about the guy Jason who has like a sort of existential crisis about just constantly murdering all these people. And it's got like some really rich thematics in it and some like, nice subjects touched upon, as well as a lot of gore.
Oh wow! Okay, I like that. That sounds good. Yeah. I'm guessing it was like a proper under the radar film.
Yeah, it seemed to be like 1988 or 1990 it came out. Around about then. And it's really good. You can tell it's kind of low budget, but the script is solid.
Okay, I'll check that one out. That sounds good, actually. Okay, right. Busta Rhymes is the best final girl in the Halloween franchise. Exactly. Hell yes. I might have to watch Halloween Resurrection now after talking about it so much tonight.
That's all I do. I go to YouTube and I watch the Karate Kick and I'm done.
I've got this. There was this really shit like triple pack of, is it the Curse of Michael Myers, H2O, and Resurrection in like this 3-pack. I got it for like £8. I just use that and I just rewatch them every now and again. But I'm
pretty sure I paid for Resurrection. When Sky Movies, you had to pay for them.
Yeah.
I'm sure I got it there.
I remember having it on like VHS and everything, but I think it was like probably the first Halloween film I watched. Actually, it's either that or H2O. I remember both of them coming out, but yeah, because I still remember. I think Dream Warriors was the first Freddy film I saw. Nightmare on Elm Street.
So good.
Yeah, Dream Warriors is good. Very good. It's good. Definitely got the best characters as well.
Yeah.
Still, but yeah, it was good. I recently rewatched all of the Nightmare on Elm Street films because I hadn't watched them in ages. But it was a good rewatch.
Actually,
But,
the last time I was on here, was Dimitri, he recommended Scream Queen.
oh yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was really kind of like, I didn't realise that there was that much kind of bad press about part 2, and I kind of liked the way it was juxtaposed with the guys that being forced to come out.
Exactly.
Ready, really. So it was a really interesting tale.
It was a really good one. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Picked up Orgies of Edo also. I've been thinking about picking it up, but what do you think of it, Hus?
I like it. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun though. Yeah.
Dimitri watched it in the Realm of the Senses today as well.
Oh.
Finally. Marvel's going. Goodbye, Marvel. Good night. I think we're going now anyway as well. But excellent chat, guys. Got to go now. Work in the morning. Thanks very much for coming back, Carlsberg. Thank you very much, everybody. You can say bye-byes now if you want.
We're done now. Yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. It was a fun chat. I quite liked it. Some titles that we never really
definitely
talked about.
light-hearted.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Didn't
compared
diss any
to
direct
exploitation.
Yeah, kept it clean this week. So thank you to Graham for joining us. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. You probably already are if you're in this chat. And yeah, join us next week for a Mike discussion. So yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.